Good morning. Good morning. Happy Saturday. I am so glad to be back. I haven't been here in a while. And I don't know. I'm glad I haven't been here in a while. It's good to take breaks. I've been Netflixing and chilling and enjoying my family for the holidays. I hope everyone had a wonderful Thanksgiving because I don't think I've been on after Thanksgiving. Kimberly Black, good to see you, Queen Regina. As always, is a pleasure. And Queen Diva and TC HBC Queen. What's up, y'all? What's up? Well, I've been binge watching The Family Business, and I have thoroughly enjoyed it. Great show. Great show. So I've been binge watching that. And I've been listening to a little YouTube in this area and other areas. Oh, sometimes when there's a lot going on, I just stay back in the cut. And there's a reason why I do that. I stay back in the cut so I could get clear, concise thoughts on what I'm going to deliver my content on when I do come down here. And I've always said I try to be fair and balanced. And so when you try to be fair and balanced, you don't want to listen to all the commentary because you don't want to take everybody's perspective and perceptions or opinions and deliver content on that. So what I do is I fall back and I shut it down. So when I do watch certain things or I hear what's going on, I could formulate my own opinion. And I like that about me. I like that about me that I'm not a follower as well. And I do try to be very fair and balanced when I come down here. And so if I'm not grouped thinking and linked in with certain groups, I don't have to conform to certain ways to make sure I stay good with those people. So I always stand alone, right? And my opinions are my opinions. My perspective is my perspective. And perception is everything. Perception is everything. Hey, just read my book. So I see everything that's going on. I see everything that's going on. And of course, I'm going to speak on it. I'm going to say something about it. May not be in everyone's favor. Everybody may not agree with me. But of course, I come down here and I be Mz.Teavalocity. I don't know who else I can be other than me. And it's worked so well for me. It works so well for me. When people come here, they come to see me. They don't come to see a group of people. Drop the link sometime. We have panelists, and panelists speak their mind, right? But again, it's a certain decorum over here, so they don't get too crazy unless I let them get a little crazy. So I've been listening to the Jay Dunn thing, and I'm conflicted. And Very seldom am I conflicted on something, and there's two reasons why I believe I'm conflicted on this. Because I always look at someone's deeper character. You know, yes, people come on here and everyone has a character that they play on these YouTube streets, especially in this arena, right? In the beef sector, they call it. And beef sector, I always tell you, is a state of mind, and I stick to that, and I believe that, and that's why I think it works well for me, because I'm not what you call a sector in my mind. I'm an individual, perhaps in this arena. So yes, I'm B sector, but I'm not a group thinker. And we all know that when you come over here, you have favorites, you have people you like and you don't like. And it's because of the character they play. That's all it is. You know, are they good? Are they bad? Or are they indifferent? Right? So we have good characters and bad characters. And just so happen too many, Jay Dunn plays a bad character. Jay Dunn does some behaviors that's not acceptable to everybody. So everybody don't like Jay Dunn. I get that. I like Jay Dunn. I do. Because I look a little deeper at Jay Dunn. And she's a character over here. But just remember, everybody has to take accountability and they're responsible for their own actions. And some of your behaviors can get you in trouble over here. But to me, you know, I look at it like this. Mostly everyone down here has done something criminally. People just don't pursue it. You know, they just don't pursue it. There's a lot of shit that people do here that they can get criminally charged with. They can get criminal charges. You know, imposing a threat, talking about you gonna put a GUN upside my head or in my mouth, blow my head off, pull up to my, those could be criminal charges. And if I wanted to pursue them, I can. It's not that deep. See, I take this YouTube kind of lightly at times, and at times, you know, I don't take it so light. When someone imposing threats on me, I will reply. But am I going to go down and press charges? Maybe I don't feel the need to, because I don't really feel like that I'm in danger. You know, and some of these people aren't playing with full decks, so perhaps they can pull up on me, but then I'll deal with it then. But just to go to the courts over words, you know, social media words, that's not who I am. I'm not gonna waste my money. Yeah, I have the resources, but what? Why waste my money on frivolous shit? Unless somebody come to my house. Well, everybody don't see it that way. And it's sad, because if you over here playing in this arena, you need to know when to turn it on and turn it off, and what will cost you your real life freedom. And that's what's happening now. See, Jay Dunn didn't do no more than anyone else. It's just that collectively they got together and decided they were sick of her, just like it happened to someone a long time ago. They decided they were sick of her, and they would go further to assure that she's not on YouTube, or either she's locked up. Is it sad? Absolutely. Did she create that monster? Mm-hmm. That's where I'm not going to be too favorable, because she created that monster and now she has to deal with it. You know, sometimes when people say stop or they're not playing, you need to stop, because perhaps they'll go a little further. And this is what happened. And it sounds like collectively some people got together. Like I told you, I don't know. Some people I don't watch. I truly don't watch them. They're not my cup of tea. So I don't waste a look in the view on them, because then I know I'll be putting some coins in their pockets, because most people get paid. Most content creators get paid in one form or fashion. Cash App, YouTube, Google check, AdSense check. You're going to get paid, right? If you're a content creator and you get in the YouTube. So I'm not putting any money in your pocket. So if I don't fuck with you, I'm not going to bother with you. I'm not going to even pretend. And I'm real serious like that in real life. Something happened to me on my job, and I told y'all I'm a grudge holder. I'm a grudge holder. God is not finished with me yet. So I'm a grudge holder. So something happened to me and it made me really pissed off, but I always remain professionalism. See, because I know where my bread is butter. I also know I can move around if it's that deep. I can go to another job, right? So something happened. And I was telling one of my good coworkers, I said, let me tell you what I don't do. I don't sit amongst snakes, and I'm aware of it. So they had a Christmas party and everybody, hey, so are you going to the Christmas party? And I said, no, because I meant what I said. If you snake me, I don't sit amongst you and eat and drink and play to be merry. I remember that. So I just keep it professional. So I didn't go to my Christmas party. And people was like, oh, come on. No, I don't play those games like I don't play games down here. I'm not going to do something to affect somebody in their real life. So I've been in places that Jay Dunn have been in and where she has gone on and on and on and on and on. And she has done doxing. She has sent pictures. She has done everything. So let's be real. Even though we like Jay Dunn, because I like Jay Dunn has to pay for her consequences. She has to pay for her behavior. And if this the way she has to pay for it, perhaps this could be good and bad. Maybe she'll learn a lesson from this, and then she'll be careful what she come on here and do if she's allowed to come on here again. I don't know what the punishment is. She has to face the consequences. Did I feel sorry for her? I only heard a little clip of her crying, and right there, because of the person I am, the empathy and the sympathy kicked in. I felt bad for her, but I also thought, Jay Dunn, baby, you just got to stop some of the shit you're doing if you just want to be out here willy-nilly and free and doxing people and doing bad things to people. Then you got to understand there's ramifications for some of that shit you do when someone gets tired. But it's just strike me strange how people have done worse than Jay Dunn and they have gotten away with Erda. We gonna call it Erda because they may be well liked. Just so happens she's not liked. So the people or the person who don't care for her decided to pursue this further. That's the deal, because everybody do the same shit here, basically. I don't think it's none of us down here, to include Mz.Teavalocity. I don't dox, I don't show news, I don't do get deep down dirty, malicious, vile, vicious. I don't do that shit. That's not who I am. Can I do it? Yes, I can. Do I choose to do it? No, because I don't mix my real life in this YouTube life. I keep my real life, and people are intertwining the two of them. And this is what happens when you don't know that this is a YouTube entertainment application, and that's what you should use it for. You shouldn't get all deep into it where you releasing people personal information. So that doxing shit been going on with a lot of content creators, and a lot of people move behind the scenes. See, a lot of people talk behind the scenes. They create plays behind the scenes. They friends behind the scenes. I choose to be very, very limited on who I speak with behind the scenes. And you could best believe I'm not creating plays, or I'm not going, making plans to destroy people. Because I always believe when you dig a grave for one, you probably should dig it for yourself, especially if you're doing some malicious shit. And one thing about YouTube here in this area, no one is real friends. I'm going to say that again. To me, because of the way shit is done here, no one is true real friends. Now, they may hang together, they may run together, they may be clicked together. You see them move together, support each other, Cash App, Super Chat, share them out. But no one on here is real friend, because I always have a problem thinking about what a real friend is to me. So Jay Dunn didn't really have probably friends that she thought she had on here. They may like her, like they might like me, you, and everybody else, but they weren't real friends to her when she was behind the scenes talking to them, sharing information, doing whatever plays or whatever was going on that she did with the very people coming after her. Because it's the very people that she sit with, it sounds like, that's trying to bring her to justice for some crime that they feel as though she committed. What created that? Because when you get free when you talk behind the scenes and when you think you're going after someone else. And one thing I know about here, they will link up to go against somebody that they don't like in common, but they just didn't like you the other day. But today they're going to link up with you. And that's what I call bullshit. That's why I say there's no friends here. There's no true bonds here to me. Hey, Jill, I want to shout you out in a minute. But anyhow, you super chat, you cash app these people, you pay these people to be on their platforms. And then when they get sick of your ass, they throw you away. And now you believe like they owe you something. They don't owe you anything. You're just part of the show. Like everyone, they just use you like they do everyone else. See, I don't get that shit. If I'm down with you and I like you, and even if we decided to part ways, I'm not going to come up here and team up with somebody who I know don't like you because you and I have parted ways. I call that shit fakery and fuckery, and I don't fool with it. That's just me. So she was friends with some of these people, associates, YouTube ships, behind the scenes. And these same people turned around when they got tired of it and bit her in her ass. And now she has to deal with it. Jay Dunn is not innocent. And it's up to the courts to prove her guilty. Not the courts of public opinion or YouTube courts, but the courts that supposedly the paperwork is on. And then I sit back and I said, you know what? Sometimes I wonder if people are playing in our panties, playing in our faces. Diva and I call it playing in our panties. I wonder if some of this is just part of the show. I don't think someone will do this as a game or a gimmick or something, because I've heard pieces of it long time ago that they were after her. People were after her. People was going to file charges. I guess people had shows or lives telling people how to contact her probation officer, how to get her in trouble, who to write to, what to do. They had a little tutorial on how to do it, or they supplied a lot of information. So she knew it was coming down the pipe, but she continued to be Jay Dunn because that's who she is. Instead of looking deep into like, let me be one step ahead of this bullshit. If somebody says something to me or threatened me that they was going, let me file papers on them first. See, it's I beat you to the punch type games down here. They just beat Jay Dunn to the punch. I have been in places that Jay Dunn was at, and she didn't want to be on the live or on the panel with people, and they have let people up. And to me, they was antagonizing her, but she couldn't see that because she was so caught up into cussing them, saying their real names, talking about their family, talking about them, talking about. She didn't even see that they was coming for her, setting her up. Now, to me, it was a setup. That's what I'm going to call a setup. Because if I'm on a platform with somebody and I say, hey, Jill, don't let Diva up here. Don't let Diva up here because I don't get along with Diva. We got some court shit going on, so please don't let her. And you bring Diva up, to me, you are setting me up. You are setting me up so I can respond to that person in any type of way. And she got really, really upset and she dropped off the platform. And I said, good. And get your ass off the platform, because I remember you saying in the live that these people was trying to do something to you legally and they were coming after you. So I was glad you got off the platform, but then again, you returned to the platform. And the person thought it was so funny. She was just so overjoyed. She was laughing. Oh, that's the effect I have on her. Well, goddamn, I'm just getting back. But Ronnie Q came for her ass. At that point, Ronnie Q defended her in this live. And then Ronnie Q went on her live and made a video about, because to me, that was antagonizing her. And if that person was part of this legal stuff going on, why would you antagonize her? She tried to prevent it, but she can't, because she has no control. Jay Dunn has no control. Once you come after anybody, I say it all the time, she's like a pit bull. She's going to lock in and not let go. And that can cost her freedom. And that may have cost her freedom. It depends. But do I see what Jay Dunn did was all bad? Absolutely not. Because a lot of the very people making lives about her have done the same thing. And some have done worse. And some of them could have criminal charges pressed against them. People just don't pursue it. They just don't pursue it. Do I feel sorry for her in a certain way? Only because she didn't know when to stop. And now it's going to cost her perhaps her freedom. And no one wants to be in a prison cell. We have enough of our men and women in prison. And there's a purpose for that. There is a purpose for that. And so when we feed into this bullshit, we got to know that we are jeopardizing our real lives for this YouTube fame. It's not worth it. This is just an entertainment app. So if you did it, you have to face the consequences. I don't even know what the charges are. I haven't seen a warrant. I only heard of a warrant or warrants, but I've never seen it. Do I think it's a play? No, I think it's for real. I've heard someone say, oh, this could be a play. I don't think it's a play. I think it's for real. And it's an unfortunate thing for her. But you know, sometimes when what the devil meant for good, God turns it around. I mean, what the devil meant for bad, God turns it around for your good. And this could be a lesson for her because this is all she knows, really. You know, people sit back and say, yeah, I got family, I got friends. You know, people love me. I go here, I do it. You can tell by the people, the amount of time they spend right here on YouTube, that they don't really have an outside life, a life that fulfills them, that they don't have to be here all the time. You know, a lot of these people sit on YouTube because they don't have anyone. And they have created these people to be their families. But you can't trust none of them. You can't trust none of them. I've seen some shit on here that I would never, ever do to anyone that I cared for, that I said I deeply care for. I wouldn't allow some of the shit to happen. That's just me, because that's to me, that's who I really am in real life. Even if I played a character here, a persona, no, in real life, this is who I am. So Jay Dunn have gotten herself in a jam, and they say it's people plotting against her. But while you plotting against her, remember, your relationships don't last. So the same people who supposedly is sitting behind plotting against her and getting together and pushing people up to do shit against her, we'll see them shortly fall out, because that's what it's about. Because there's no real loyalty. There's no real friends on YouTube. That's just how I believe. You know, and the reason why I believe that there's no true, real friends is because when shit happens, you turn on your so-called friends, or you allow people to talk about your so-called friends, and you're in the midst of it, enjoying it. But then you try to control where people go and what they say to certain people, to weak-minded people, because you can't control someone who's an individual thinker, who's a free thinker. We have somebody, a free thinker. I'm not a group thinker. So now everyone is against Jay Dunn. And let me tell you something. There's people on here who like you, who like Jay Dunn, and there's people on here who despise Jay Dunn. And the ones who are so voiceful with so much passion, something have happened between them. I watched Pizarro the other day. And everybody know I support Pizarro, right? Everybody knows that. I like Pizarro, nothing. And Pizarro was speaking with so much passion, and it seems like hate against Jay Dunn. I said, I fucking missed something, because they were good. They were good. So I missed something to see where Pizarro is so against Jay Dunn now. So something may have happened, because I don't sit here all day and watch. I don't. So I missed a lot of lives. You know, I catch replays, you know, and I don't watch it all. I'm not going to watch 2 and 3 and 4 hours of somebody on a, you know, no live. I'm just not going to do it, you know. And so I don't know what happened, but she's really, really upset with Jay Dunn. And I said, well, what the hell happened between Pizarro and Jay Dunn that she's this forceful against her? And she was angry, and I heard the anger in her. I didn't think that she was playing with her. I heard some real anger and harsh words towards her that I have been watching her and Jay Dunn banter back and forth, and I've never heard them. So I don't know what happened. So Jay Dunn got people here who really, really despise her, and they're going to come after her now. Even if it means teaming up or agreeing, they're going to come after her, because now they feel like they're going to retaliate against her for whatever she's done. And we just have to take it for what it is on the chin. We have to be fair. She's done some fucked up shit down here like everyone else has. There's a lot of people. We're not just calling them out right now. And right now they're cool with each other, but it doesn't last. You know, I've been here for what, 4 years? 4 years. It doesn't last. Relationships just doesn't last because they're not authentic. They're not genuine. Most people team up and group up with each other because they don't like someone else. You see that all the time here. So nothing lasts forever here. So whatever they doing to her shortly, I'm sure they'll be doing to each other. That's how they do. You know how they friends. They good. They support each other. They share each other out. They shout each other out. They side with them. They go behind the scenes. And then something happens between them. Oh, that tastes good. And they call it Mad Day. And then Mad Day happened. There is no Mad Days for me because I don't put myself in that position. And I would tell any content creator, if you solo, ride solo. You may not get the 1,000 people in your chat. You might not get, 5,000 subscribers. Just ride solo and grow organically and be your authentic self because there's no real friendship here. You have to be really careful. It makes you fucking paranoid now to come on here and say anything. So now that this has happened, we're going to see the way it turns out because now it's going to set a precedence. And people are going to be afraid to deliver content. See, and it's okay if you deliver content. It's not okay when you come down here and talk about people's family members, their children, their disability, their illnesses. That's not okay because these are still people. I don't give a shit what kind of character, how tough they are. They're still human beings and they still have feelings. And so they're going to feel some way and they never, ever going to forget the way you made them feel. Okay? Now, let me move on. Let me get this. Here's my thoughts. If you don't have a criminal record, don't allow yourself or anyone to get you off your square. If you have worked your entire life to be a law-abiding citizen, stay that way, period. Kimberly, you look good. I like that picture. I thought that was Diane Ross. I ain't gonna lie to you. Looking good, Queen. Please make sure y'all hit the like button. Hey, Queen Regina, let's see. True. So now she's in a jam, and you got people who's happy, who's shouting glee, who's teaming up with each other, and they think they got to win. Jay Dunn, my dear, you have plenty of videos like everyone else. You need to take your ass off YouTube. I haven't seen you in a day, but again, I told you I've been binge watching, the family business, so I haven't really been too much on YouTube. But you need to get your ducks in order so you could defend yourself. Now, this is what I will tell you, and I don't know, like I told you, I try not to watch everybody because I didn't want them to affect my commentary on it, right? There's lawyers who are allowed to practice in several states. Just find your lawyer. You don't have to find 10 different lawyers. You just need to find a lawyer who practices in other states, who are allowed to practice in other states. Good luck with whatever. She has a GoFundMe, I think, or she's asking for cash apps. If you feel in your heart to donate to her, you do so. Don't let what other people say affect you. She has given plenty of money down here. And another thing, hold on. Let me stop this. You guys. My security thing is coming on. She has given plenty of money to people. God damn it. She's given plenty of money to people down here. Perhaps they may feel a need to give back to her. But remember, everybody, you can't get mad if everybody's not in Jay Dunn's corner rooting for her to be the winner in this. You can't get mad at the Lady Benzone if people are in her corner. Or if you feel as though perhaps, I don't know where the Benzone lady came from. I just seen maybe one contest of hers. We always invited over there. I don't even know where her and Jay Dunn went wrong. This deep that I think she would pursue criminal charges against her. But again, you got to remember, if you go to the courts and you are pursuing charges against someone else, make sure your shit is locked tight. Make sure it's locked tight and you have no holes in your case, because this shit could come back and bite you, young lady. And I'm just saying that. I don't know who you are. I just heard of you. And like I said, I visited your live one time. It's not we frequent each other's lives, but make sure your shit is locked airtight, because this could come back and bite you in your ass. And all those people cheering for you, rah-rah for you, might not be there. When you turn around, look for them. And remember, if someone is putting someone up to do something, they creating plays or whatever, that same person may turn against you shortly if you don't do or say what they want, or you don't act accordingly. People here are very narcissistic, and they don't like when you don't agree with them. I noticed that they don't like when you don't agree with them. So make sure you always kiss ass or agree with the people who's helping you behind the scenes. As they say, I don't know. I told you I don't watch some people. I just don't watch them. But you make sure you stay solid and tight with them. Because remember, if you guys are creating any kind of plays behind the scenes, it could turn around and bite you in your ass. And just believe the people who's rooting and cheering for her and making videos to support her will be those very same people to continue to support her, make videos for her, and give her everything she needs to assist her into going back at you or y'all or whoever it is, okay? Make sure. That's why I ride solo, me too. And I don't have no lot of people over here jumping in my corner and and all that bullshit, but I'm good. I'm good. I'd rather be me and be solid and stand on who I am and my beliefs and my morals and values than to trade that shit in and be part of a clique. In my opinion, no matter if people create alleged play script, game foolishness, it will show their mentality. Everything is not a joke or to be taken lightly. Some things have deeper repercussions. That's what I'm saying. I hope it does not come back. If this is a play or people got together to go after this girl and it doesn't turn out the way they wanted to, hopefully it doesn't bite them in their ass. She can get a public defender. You know what? When it comes to the law, hey, just Andre, public defenders aren't the best. It depends on the case. Remember, at the end of the day, they all are friends too. They all are friends. They get together, have a drink, have some coffee, and say, "Hey, how we gonna move this case forward? I want your client to do so and so." Okay, man, we agree on that. They get together too. It's about money. So I'm just hoping that she's okay. She could get to see her father. Dear, you still could travel. Let me tell you something. You still could travel, dear. Just get permission to travel. If they stop you, that's a chance you take. But if you need to go see your father, JD, go see your father. You'll be all right. God take care of baby and fools. That's just a fact. People make their own beds. If you don't change your behavior, expect the same results. Like I said, can I sit here and feel sorry for her? No, because she have done shit too. But I just think it's messed up that it has gotten this far when a lot of people do the same thing. People better stop running to these courts, wasting these people time and their money. I don't care how much money you have. You don't want to spend it all on legal advice or legal consultation. You don't want to spend your money that way. I'd rather go out on a trip, So I so purposely give her bad advice. Yeah, I think she should just go ahead with what her attorney says. And again, leave some of this YouTube advice alone. Leave the YouTube advice alone and let her keep moving. I actually hate that both ladies are in this situation. Lessons been learned or the behaviors will continue. Well, you know what? Here's this thing, Kimberly. Like I said, this could be a double-edged sword for JD. Either she could learn, she could learn from this and she could conduct herself in a different manner, or she's going to continue to be J Dunn and she's going to continue to suffer consequences for her behaviors. But like I said, the reason why I'm not going to come down here and go haywire on her or go so much against it, because I've seen a lot of people do the same shit. I've seen them do the same shit. Some I've seen do worse. And they've gotten away with it. Just so happened, like I said, someone decided that they weren't going to allow this to continue to happen to them. and it affected them a certain way. And perhaps they got together with some people who gave them advice what to do. Hey, Sass. And that's how they moving accordingly. Like I said, I hope it don't bite them on the ass. See, because these people down here, you guys, I notice everyone down here has an agenda. When they group up with people and they run plays and they do certain things to people, you allow people on your platform and people behave in certain manners. There's an agenda. Some people make good money with what they call good money. See, I don't call this good money. I don't. Mm-mm. Even if I made $3,000 a month from YouTube, that's a good little chunk, extra, but it's not enough for me to risk my real life. It's not enough for me to come down here and act a certain way for no couple of thousands of dollars. Because in the end, you are truly sacrificing your soul for some bullshit and you could get caught up. And it wouldn't benefit you at the end. It doesn't benefit you at the end, to be honest with you. This is just supposed to be an entertainment application. So I don't know. To me, I would like for her to take a break, get herself together, and then if she comes back, I would like for her to be a little different, behave in a different manner, but I'm not her mother. I can't tell her what to do. Like I said, this could be a double-edged sword. This could be good and bad. Perhaps be getting in trouble. I don't ever want anyone to go to jail, but if that's the case for her, she violated her probation. So, violation brings certain charges. Apparently, they found charges for her, they even issue warrants. And if she goes to jail, I'm sure she's not built like that. Jay Dunn's not built like that. Like I said, I look a little deeper at people and why they behave the way they behave. Why does some of these people need so much attention? Because it's a little deeper. It's a little deeper. And that's how I sometimes look over them being so, they're not harmless. Hell no, they're not harmless. But I look at them being so mean because it's deeper. Something is going on with them a little deeper. So let me see. I am not in the business of destroying lives. Yeah, these people I am uplifted, but the law and God will have the final word. My opinion doesn't count. Exactly, the law and God. Thank you, youngest, for joining me. And that's a good thing. I always say prayer. Pray, not pray. I always say pray. Pray for answers, Jay Dunn. Leave these YouTube people alone when it comes to giving you legal advice. I'm not soliciting any advice. The only thing I'm saying is you don't need to find an attorney in every state. Perhaps you could find an attorney, I forgot what they call, but they can practice in several states. My attorney who I have, and my uncle practices in several states, right? He practiced in several states. He just don't practice in Jersey. He practiced in other states. So that's my feeling on Jay Dunn, you guys. When we look at it in totality, a lot of people have done some foul shit here. And a lot of them, if we want to look at it, should be punished. But who are we? If the group don't think they should be punished, or that person who they have done wrong to don't feel as though they should be punished by law, then hey, let them do them. Just let them do them. That's what I say. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. So that's my take on it. Hopefully all will work out for both parties. And again, don't get too comfortable with people who's cheering for you now. Yeah, because they cheering for you now and they won't be cheering for you later. See, these people over here, they want you to side with them. They want you to agree with them all the time. They want you to ride with them. They want you to create plays with them. But as soon as you step out of bounds, they coming for your ass. Yeah, they coming for your ass. And so the only thing you could do is sit back and wait for them to turn against each other because they will. Because that's what they do down here. Let me see. Reciprocity is what it's called in the case she's watching. Okay. Well, hopefully she's watching and she's on chill mode. In my opinion, I have noticed one consistent theme with many people on here, which speaks volumes to me. That theme is consistently comparing their behavior to what others do and or done. Accountability. You got to take accountability. You definitely have to take accountability, and that's something that bothers me too, that a lot of these people don't take accountability. Now, we can't control what people say and do, but when people are on your platform, I was asked a question, I was in the live, and for this content creator, they have members only, and I go up there on the platform because I'm comfortable, and I like where I'm comfortable at. I'm like when there's little settings. I don't grace a lot of people's platforms because, for one, I'm not comfortable on a panel. I don't know when to speak, when not to speak, because I can't get into it, right? Because I can't follow what's going on. So I don't know if I'm talking over people or people talking over me. I don't know if I'm on subject or whatever. So I don't grace too many panels. But I was on a panel, and Miss Pizarro posed a question to me. She said, Mz.Teavalocity, it was me and Triple Red. She said, do you think I'm accountable for Uppity behavior? Do you think I'm responsible for Uppity behavior? Now, let me be honest. Just like I told P, I'm gonna be honest. I don't think you're responsible for her behavior, but I think you give her a platform to display her ill behavior because you like her. I think you like her. That's me. Like, again, like I said before, I could be fooled because they can like you today and not like you tomorrow. If you say the wrong thing or do the wrong thing, they'll throw your ass to the curb quick, real quick. So you may be riding high with people today, and tomorrow they'll be rolling that goddamn bus over you, right? So I don't believe that you are responsible for what comes out of people's mouth, but I do believe that you have control of your platform. I have control of my platform. And so when people come up here to speak, and I see people in the chat, when it's crowded over here, sometimes I have 100 and some people over here, and they don't like, say for instance, Spill It Boy, Miss Pizarro, Jay Dunn, Sassy or something. I don't allow them to come in here and start talking or dragging them. I don't allow each other to drag on my platform because that's the decorum I have over here. That's the decorum I've always had over here. Do I get a little loose sometime and let shit happen and sit back? And I said, well, let me just let this play out. Yes, I do. But do I allow certain things on my platform? No, I don't. I don't. I don't allow each other to call bitches up here hoes and talk about each other kids and do each other. No, I don't allow that over here. And if you don't like it, just don't come. Because again, that's what I have control over. I have control over my platform. And so I can put you off of my platform if you're not doing what I asked you to do respectfully. That I do have control over that. So when people go on other people's platform and they up there dragging somebody or cussing them or talking about their kids or doing some mean, vicious, foul shit, you allowing it. You are allowing it, but you're not responsible for that person's behavior because everybody's grown that come up here. So you're not responsible for it, but you're giving them a platform to act like that. And that was my answer. And that was a true answer. That's how I feel. Because you do control your platform. And before I let it get so wild and crazy and people disrespect me, I'll end the live. I won't say shit. If I can't control my platform and I've asked you to do certain things, you won't be allowed back up here, for one. And two, if I felt the need to, I'll just end this shit. It ain't that serious for me that I will allow people to get up here and disrespect my people. The people who's being respectful to me and who's gracing my panel. I'm not going to let them be disrespected. So we already know there's certain rules here. And I have people who don't like me, and I have people who who unsub from because they don't like the way I run my platform. They don't like it. They felt as though that I was treating them like a kid. Well, if you feel like that, then I just said, hey, listen, don't come back over here. I'm not putting nothing up to your head and asking you to be a part of me or to be sub to me. Don't sub to me. You guys, let me check something right quick and I'll be right back. You guys, no way. I know I have more likes than that. Come on, get the likes up, get the likes up, get the likes up. This is fair and balanced commentary. I always try to be fair thinker. I mean free thinker. And I think the way you could deliver fair and unbalanced commentary, whether you like a person or like what's happening, you just have to be free. You have to think on your own. You just have to think on your own. You can't let people control you. You can't be afraid to come over here and deliver your commentary in a fair way. No, I'm not gonna have 600 and 700 people in here shouting and hopping up. I'm not gonna have 150 likes. It does not matter to me because it's not that deep to me. But for some, is that deep. They need that money. And remember, for the love of money, money is the root of all evil. That's biblical, and I believe it. For the love of money is the root to all evils, and I believe that. Hey, mixology, what's happening? So I believe that these people get caught up on this money, and they allow anything to happen, and they saying it's a show. No, it's just part of the show. You fucking with people real lives. That's not part of a show for me. See, when those people do that on these reality shows, they're getting paid, and they're getting paid good money to do that shit. But remember, they keeping it all in the show part of it. They're not going out, legally and pressing charges. And some of them do that. They do go beyond the script or whatever, and people do handle things legally outside of that show. But for this is supposed to be just fun. It's no longer fun. Like I said, this has set the precedence for anybody who feel as though they've been offended, criminal charges, something criminally has been done to them. They'll just go ahead and run to the courts now, because I guess it'll be first come, first serve, protect yourself type thing. Again, I always try to be fair. And I think what allows me to be fair is for me to be single, solo, and not a group thinker, and not be clicked up with people that I have to kiss their ass to get along, to go along, so they could shout me out or share me out or even come over here and support me or whatever. You don't have to do that. Just be yourself. If you're a content creator, just create your content and keep delivering your content. Who likes you will like you. Who don't like you won't like you. Okay? So let me read something. I only want people who wants to be around me, period. I am not everyone's cup of tea, and neither am I, Jill, and I'm fine with it. Same to you, Queen. Okay, so Jill Comfort Zone. Hey, King Roman, what's going on, baby? So Jill Comfort Zone, I'm going to switch here and then I'll get back. Jill Comfort Zone is hosting some type of raffle, and I want her to put her information. Jill, can you please, or could somebody go get Jill's information? She's doing this raffle for a Cricut cup maker, is a mug maker, I believe, and she's doing that so she could raise funds for her next poetry contest. Can you please support her? Ronnie Q has a Secret Santa out. Would you please support her if you feel necessary to support her? The only thing I could do is put the information out here. You do what's really in your heart. Always do what's in your heart and what's right. Because even though we play over here and we supposedly use this for entertainment, and some people take it as, oh, I don't care. When I walk away, it's just it ain't no thing. I'm just playing. I don't take this shit serious. Some people do take it serious, and it's beginning to affect people real lives. So to me, that shit's serious. Okay. Yeah, that's getting serious. And you guys need to know when and when not. I think Monty put it right there. You guys, please go over there and support her. I think the raffles are $5. I don't know the full information on it, but if you would like, please go over there and support Jill's Comfort Zone. And again, Ronnie Q has a Secret Santa. It's a mug press. Okay. That made me think of what my uncle used to say. It's all fun when the rabbits got the pow pow. Exactly. And again, whether it's today, tomorrow, next year, whether it's you, your children, your children's children, you will reap what you sow. That's God's word, whether it's good or bad. You will reap every seed that you have sown. So when you guys are spewing all that hate and doing hateful shit to people and being malicious, and I say being demonic, when you do shit like that, remember, it's going to come back to you. And some people are suffering now. They suffering silently, or we don't know. They breaking down physically. They breaking down mentally, spiritually. They are fucking breaking down, but they not coming on here letting everybody know. Because again, you have to. You have to. Remember, whatever you put out in that universe is going to come back to you. And it comes back 100-fold. And when you feel that shit, it don't feel good at all. Not at all. So remember, while y'all creating plays and doing all this bad shit to attack people, just know it's going to come back to you. It's going to come back to you. Or you're jeopardizing your heirs, your loved ones, because it's going to come back. I'm going to drop this link. I've been here almost an hour. Y'all know I don't do too much over an hour. Let's see. Our spirits is real. Our spirits are real, and our souls are living things. Good morning, Clive. I haven't seen you in a while. I'm too busy trying to find a way to fit myself in man's Christmas stocking. Girl, I know that's right. It's going to be a $5 raffle for a circuit mug, and you have to pay for shipping and $5 to enter. I will get more into the raffle today. Thank you. So make sure we look over there and try to support a sister out. Try to support a sister's good endeavors. I love support and positivity. Like I said, I love some of the mess too, but I backed away from it. It seems like it gets really heavy during the Christmas time. And that's because the analytics is different. And I think YouTube might pay you a little different. So everyone has to get into making videos. So they just start picking on fucking people. I guess I'll just, read my book says something. I guess I'll start dragging her. Oh, I got to make this video. So I'm just going to start reading, just read my book for no reason. It's a money game. It's a money game. It's a money game. Ronnie Q dates are 12/16. Ronnie Q Perfect Pet Contest 12/22. Okay, Ronnie Q is giving back. A good way to give back, Ronnie Q. Phenomenal. Hey, phenomenal Scorpio. How are you, baby? Blessings to you. I hope you're doing well, babe. I think last time something was going on with you physically. So I'm going to drop this link. Now, listen, everyone is always welcome on my platform. I don't even have to go through the house rules because we already know. I'm going to drop this link. So when I come down here, I don't always give the most popular, in favor opinion or perspective, but it's my perspective, and no one will ever change that. Like I said, I seen some shit last week, and I was just wondering, well, what happened with these two people? I still don't know. I'm, at lib to always ask if I don't know what happened, but I felt some real passion and hurt and some hateful words being spewed. And I just didn't know what had happened with those two people, because really the last time that I had watched them, they were good. They were good. It had vexed my soul for real, and that we do. Saying excuse away doesn't sit well in my spirit anymore. As soul. Monty, what you mean by that? I think you working though, baby. What you mean? It has vexed my soul for real. All that we do, saying excuse away doesn't sit well in my spirit anymore. Also known as soul. Excuse for what, baby? I don't understand what you're saying. I don't know. Sometimes, I'll be late in the chat. I'll be back. And so I don't know if I'm reading the same thing. But she said, vex her soul. Yeah, when this shit get too heavy, is other areas you could go to. I've been keeping up with what's going on with Puffy. My daughter and I had a extensive conversation about it. And she was like, Mom, you such a conspiracy theorist. Nothing's going to happen to Puffy. I said, baby, you're wrong. Something's going to happen to him. Something is happening to him. And again, it reminded me of the Mr. Kelly situation, because all these people are coming out now. And what are they doing? They attacking his pockets. They are trying to expose the powers to be, which is not going to let that happen. If they can, they will rather dispose of him. He's not untouchable. No one is invincible or untouchable, even on here. Even on here, baby, even in this little arena, everybody could get it. Like I said, I believe in most cases, people have said something that could have been criminal to other people on here. And another thing too, I was wanting to say, no one is safe, but that's not what I want. What I want to say is too, you guys come on here freely, and this is just me, what I've observed. You be real careful when you come on here, the time of day you come on here, what you're doing on here, because every video be captured. And again, when people want to get at you in your real life, they will use whatever they can use to get at you. And I know people come on here comfortably while they working, while they on breaks. You know, they do videos here, and you know, they say some foul shit. And if people get a hold to that, you know, regardless whether we are home on our own time, you know, we sign a contract with the companies we work for to conduct ourselves in a certain manner. And whether you on the clock, off the clock, you still should conduct yourself in a way, because they have liberty to look at some of the videos you make, assess some of the things that you say. And even though you say you're doing it for YouTube, you have a YouTube show, they have a liberty to make a call on your life. So be very careful when you're on here making videos and saying certain things, and you're on your clocks, your company clock. Again, there's a lot of shit that I observe on here, you know, that I don't get down here and talk about, because people are grown and they make their own decisions, and they're accountable for what they do. But be very careful, because people are watching you that don't necessarily like you, you know, and when it's time for them to strike, they'll strike too. You're not safe down here. Don't get so comfortable to think you're safe and you could come down here and do and say what you want, you know, anytime you want. Be very careful. This coming down here is not as important as me going to work. Okay? What pays my mortgage, pays my car notes, pays my bill. That's important to me, because that's where my bread is butter. So I'm not going to sit on my job and make videos, because there's a lot of people out here. Well, it's people out here that don't like me. And if they trying to get at me, they'll get at me any kind of way. So y'all be careful when you come down here and make videos. If the shoe fits, wear it. I'm just saying, I watch a lot of shit and I'm like, that's a little touchy for me. Because, you know, I don't think that person realized, or those people realize, that someone is always watching them. Oh, yeah, I believe it's the takedown. We switching over to, she's talking about P. Diddy. Yeah, this is the takedown on him, just like they did R. Kelly. Because, again, just like in the industry, excuse me, y'all, just like in the industry, it's the same here. It's the same here. They'll let you be as powerful as you think you are, or they want you to be, until they get tired of you, or you piss them off. Then they'll start taking you down. It's the same here. They will let you skin and grin, play the game with them, go behind the scenes, do this and do that, until you fucking piss them off. And then they go come after you. You know, they could hardly wait. People who don't like you are hardly waiting for you to do something so they could come after you. That is the same here, the same in the industry. All the shit is what they call a microcosm. Cosism, right? Something like, it's the same. What's happening in the real world is happening here, right here too, right? And so they do it in the industry, they do it in this little industry too. As long as Puffy, everybody knew what he'd been doing. You know, it's groups of them that do that. But as soon as you piss off the powers to be, they go get rid of your ass. You don't have as much money. I was watching a Family Business and they said something, and it was a Caucasian guy, or a J guy, a Jewish guy, or I think has said to the black guy, now we need to put him in his place. I said, whoa. I said, that shit's for real. You know, he got power and everything, but as soon as you start affecting certain people, the powers to be, now they got to put you in your place. Now they have to put you in your place. And I was like, that shit deep, but that's for real. The same with this case with Puffy. I knew he was going down. because it was too much chat about it. Now everyone's coming out. Now he's jeopardizing the labels, you know. And I think, like I said, I thought for a minute Cassie was put in place for a purpose to open the floodgates. Now that's what I think. Now that could just be me. That she was put in place. She was told to do this at this particular time and just go ahead and open up the gates. And then everybody will start coming after him. Then he'll start losing. You know, Macy's took his shit off their shelves, and then the music execs is done with him. Then he had to step down from Revolt. So now they are stripping him. They are stripping him. Remember, some people are just puppets, and some people are puppet masters. And when the puppet masters get tired of pulling the strings and protecting you, they'll let them get at your ass. And that's what's happening to Puffy. And it'll be many more exposures. Yep. Mixology, I will come help you do your home if you help me do mine. Oh, shucks. Not only that, but please believe the people are watching these chats and lives now. Y'all done called so much the people are involved. What? Monty, are you trying to say something? Not only that, but please believe the people are watching these chats and lives now. Yeah. Oh, yep. They done called so many people that they are monitoring where these people are at. You right. And some people may be called for witnesses. I don't know how deep this gonna go. Yeah, I don't know how deep that J Dunn thing. My apologies if I misspeaking to those who have spoken. I stepped away for a moment. This is a great mod. Her, Queen Diva Monty. They do a wonderful job. Okay, even Mr. Untouchable, Nikki Barnes, who had enough juice to grace the cover of New York Times, eventually got touched. The mob, they get touched. Everybody is touchable. Let me tell you something. The people at the top will allow you to run freely until you piss them off. And somehow Mr. P. Diddy then pissed somebody off, and now he has to pay the piper. He has to pay the piper. A lot's going to be revealed. A lot. What I don't like is all the people who knew sat back and said nothing. Yeah, but they did that even in the R. Kelly thing. They didn't say a word. You know, he had entourage that traveled with him all the time, saw his despicable behavior. The same with Puffy. So these people around you, but again, when you need them, they gonna be nowhere to be found because they don't want you to implicate them. They don't want their shit to get exposed. So, yep. Nope, you're absolutely right. I knew it was over. Once he settled with her, I said to myself, here we go. Exactly. Not only that, let me tell you something that really struck a chord with me. And I don't know if you guys follow like this. That Keefe D thing didn't sit well with me, y'all. All of a sudden, after 20-something years, they going to say that he was the one who took out Tupac. But then they said that Keefe D also talked to Vlad. And I don't know what Vlad is, y'all. My eye is really on Vlad. I think he a Fed, but I don't know. I believe he a Fed agent. And he get those people to say, get comfortable, get them drinks or let them get high or whatever. And he get them to say what he want them to say so they could come after certain people. And I think Drink Champs is like that too. I kind of watch Drink Champs. I'm not too keen on that. But anywho, yeah, so I knew that she was opening the floodgates for what was going to go on with him. And it's strange that she did it, but Keefe D was the one that really caught my eye. I'm like, nah, not after all those years, y'all gonna bring charges against him for Tupac. And they said supposedly he and some others was offered money to unalive Tupac. And so Keefe D, they lock him up. And now they trying to get at him, trying to unalive him in jail. That shit didn't sit good. Oh, yes, exactly, Kimberly. Say it again. The plantation structure still exists. And that's what we need to be aware of. It still exists. Yep. Exactly, Virtuous J. Exactly. I don't know why we allow Vlad to get so big and popular. That's how we do each other. Yep. Same with No Jumper. No Jumper is another one you got to watch. No Jumper is another one. Oh, you have to watch. Oh, let me go back. I'm sorry, baby. I see it. I didn't see move around. Sometime you guys, I move right past your message. Please forgive me. I can't keep up and do commentary at the same thing. I dropped the link if somebody wanted to say something. I dropped the link. Good morning. I'm trying to find this message that I was told to read. Just read my book. I don't know, Diva. It's probably lost. Oh no. Hey, hello, Miss T. Maz in chat. Hello, baby. I read. Oh, move around. I watch Pizarro, but the way she's handling JD situation says a lot. Peep game. Oh, I don't know. Thank you, Mixology. Keep the same standards and beliefs no matter who it is. Yeah, I try to free think. I really try to be fair down here, you guys. And I don't have really no hate bone for anyone in here. I'm gonna tell you, it's people in here I don't like. I mean, it's content creators I don't like, and I don't fool with them. I just don't fool with them. I don't come and say anything bad about them. I don't make no big deal. You know, I just don't frequent their chats and I just don't visit them, like I said, because to me, that's giving them a click in the view and it'll put money in their pocket. And I'm not, if I don't fool with you, I'm not giving you anything. anything. I do believe that there has been people that spoke up and spoke out about Diddy and others for years, but the reason why so many of them have heard alleged allegations of Diddy is power. Yeah, is exactly. He hangs around with some powerful people, but now they trying to get to the powerful people because what blew me too is when I saw that they was filing charges against Larry Levine. I was like, oh my, that shit getting deep. Oh, it ain't that serious. It ain't that serious, baby. When they mentioned him, I was like, oh, this shit getting deep. This is getting deep. Larry Levine, he been around for some years. He's one of the big boys. Same as Epstein. Same as Epstein. I agree with you. I agree with you. I strongly don't like J Dumb. Oh yeah, been not liking her. I don't mistreat her. However, she is wrong as two left shoes. Okay, that's your opinion. Hey, you know hey, if you don't like her, you don't like her. I'd rather you come out and say you don't like her than to start teaming up with people to go against her just because you don't like her. You're solid. If you don't like somebody, oh, you don't like them. But if you like them, you like them too. You know what I mean? So you're solid. But I don't see you as teaming up with other people you don't like to get at her. That's what I'm saying, to go against her. You just speak your mind on your platform. And Monty Mixology do have a platform. I do believe that there has been, oh yeah, I read that one. Okay. Now you know I don't do that. Yeah, I know you don't, but that's what I'm saying. I have a problem with, teaming up with other people because you don't like her. Nah, just if you don't like her, you don't like her. Shit. Mm-mm. I was about to say that, Kimberly. I was about to say. Now, did something happen with him and Clive Davis that now Clive Davis is mad with P. Diddy? Because allegedly, that was Clive Davis' little playboy for a long, long time. So my first thought, too, one of my thought was, did he piss Clive Davis off? And now Clive Davis told him, little Nickum, I'll take every fucking thing you got. Don't play with it. Because those the powers to be. And Clive been around a long time. And he knew exactly what happened. Hold on, let me make sure this is her. Hold on, my dear. That's
Hello.
hey, baby.
Hey, it's me.
Hey,
How you doing?
hey, sugar, what's going on?
Not much. Just wanted to weigh in a little bit on this thing with Puffy. I can't believe I'm sitting here at my age talking about rappers, but then you look, he's in our age bracket.
He's out there. Yeah, I used to like Puffy. Go ahead, just weigh in on it.
Well, I was saying earlier in my comment that the apple did not fall far from the tree. his father was dirty like that. His father was in the streets and
Yeah.
drugs and killing people and running prostitution rings and pimping and all of that.
Nicky Barnes. That's what I brought it back to. You
Yeah.
know, I'm
Well,
from
his
that
father
area.
was yeah, his father, didn't he go to prison with Frank Lucas?
And guess they were some heavy hitters.
Yeah. So
Heavy
he that
hitters.
was his life. That's what he came up as. And it
Mhm.
didn't fall far from the tree. He's one of the same damn apples.
Yep.
Mm,
He
mm,
not
mm.
far. That's why I said I could believe that he done a lot of that shit. I could believe it. And I believe that power get to these people head. And I'm gonna still stand on what I say because Kimley's saying plantation, plantation, plantation. I don't give a shit how free you think you are. There's always powers to be that you have to answer to and control that control whatever you do. They'll let you go ahead and swing out there, spend all the money, look all good, and do all that and make you think you have power. But soon as you piss in their whiskey, they coming for your ass. And I was thinking Clive Davis too. Did Puffy piss off Clive Davis? I was wondering that because, like I said, they say he was his play toy for a long, long time. So did he want to stop playing? And Clive said, you ain't stop playing. Come on back over here, Playboy.
And see, you know what? Something tells me that I don't think that he was quite groomed, like sexually groomed by Clive, but I do think that he was privy to a lot, and I do think that he may have been used to procure for Clive.
That's a possibility.
Uh-huh.
I
Because you got to think he can obtain what Clive was looking for, right? And
mhm.
and instead of Clive even paying the money that he would pay for that, he's paying Puffy to do it, and Puffy is going to where he knows he can get these people for a quarter of the money that Clive is paying. He can go back to the hood and clean the dude up real quick.
But don't isn't that part of the industry game? They do everybody like that. They go in the hood, they get these little young boys and girls who's thirsty and hungry to get out of the hood, and what they
Mhm.
do, they start grooming them. And because look at Justin Bieber, look at Britney Spears. Remember the little Mickey Mouse kids that they groomed up? Justin Bieber is all mucked up, all mucked up. And who had custody of them or who had control of them?
Mm.
The
Now I
P
don't know if
Diddy.
I'm gonna take it as deep with some because mm,
Let me tell
I
you
don't look
something.
because I don't want it to sound like everybody who ever walked through the door of that company was sexually assaulted or anything like that or coerced. I'm not going there, but I do believe that they know how to sniff out a good victim. Hunters know how to prey. They know how to sniff out a good victim. And that's why it's usually, like you said, like the hungry, the people who are living in poverty,
Uh-huh.
or say the young, or someone single with children. Yeah, they're the easiest targets because they're willing to go just a little bit farther to get $1. And if you say, you mean I was going to do this for $1, but you're going to give me $5, of course I'm going to do what you're telling me to do.
Uh-huh.
And I'm just going to swallow whatever it is right now till you find out you can't swallow that.
Thank you, Di. Happy
You know?
birthday, Di. No, you know what? Let me tell you something. Well, I'm glad you're up here. You know, I love a good conversation, right?
Okay.
So that's part of the industry. See, the devil may glamorize this thing, and that's where I believe it's just part of getting through the door, baby. Especially, it's always levels to life, even in the real corporate America. You know, some people get there and they don't have to do wicked and bad things, but a
Yeah.
lot of people do. There, I don't care what anyone says, and maybe this just me. There are glass ceilings to this shit.
Oh, of course.
And in order for you to shadow that glass ceiling, there's things that you have to do that make you very, very uncomfortable. And that's
Well,
in the
not
industry.
have to, but you choose to
Yes.
because you're given a choice.
Okay,
You
okay,
give it a choice, but I know that uh, some things don't look like a choice. Some things look like I can't turn this down. You know, you
mhm,
get that. What is that? Something the deal you can't refuse.
mhm. I call it the devil's deals.
Uh-huh. And it's just see, okay, when it comes back, if we're gonna deal with the age factor,
Mm-hmm.
this is where I lay heavily on the parents. And I don't want to hear, oh, well, his mother or her mother was a single parent, and this is what happened, or well, the dad was working all the time and they didn't know. No, this is where I lay a lot on the parents' footsteps. When you are allowing your child to do something, and yes, allowing, because no matter how
Mm-hmm.
talented and gifted they are, at a certain age, you have to give permission.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're allowing this, guess what? You need to be at every interview, at every table reading, at every try on, at
Mm-hmm.
every fitting, at every meeting that you anywhere your child goes, you need to be there too. You are representing them, because guess what? You're not going to tell me, okay, well, I'm going to take your 14-year-old off on a photo shoot for 2 weeks. And the fuck I'm not going.
Yeah, but some parents allow them to, like Justin Bieber mother
And that's
allowed.
what I'm saying. I lay
But
it
listen to
down
it.
at the parents.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with you. And here's another thing: when you go in there with these lawyers, people think those lawyers are working for them. They are working for the execs. They're
Yeah.
not working for you. When you go in to make a deal, you need to get your own entertainment lawyer outside of the lawyers that they bring to you.
Yeah,
Because
because
again,
look,
they're
they think
working
they're
for
so smart.
them.
They're gonna recommend you. You think I'm gonna take a lawyer you recommended for me?
Some people, we're not in this position, and thank God we're not. Like I said, I had someone very close to me deal in that arena, and
Mm-hmm.
they walked away from it. And I think it was because the power of my prayers that things they walked away from it, right?
All right.
I just didn't want them to get involved. I just didn't want that type of life for them, right? So, anywho, they've told me some things. They've told me some things to make me aware of a little bit about the industry. And
Mm-hmm.
one thing I do know is girls, little young boys and girls come in there sometime. Nowadays, people sneak to go somewhere else when your parents are working.
Mm-hmm.
And they be in those arenas and they want to fit in so bad that they do anything just to
Right.
be a part of the industry. You
Yep.
are absolutely right, a parent. But then you have a parent, say for instance, I'll just say me. I'm a parent. My daughter's been singing for so many years. I really want my daughter to get on a label and stuff. What's that girl name? What's that young girl? Lotto mother was right there every step of the way. They turned down Jermaine's Dupree offer and they went somewhere. But look at Lotto. And her mother was there every step of the way.
But see, I don't know who that is. So,
Okay.
but
Yeah.
what was it?
Okay.
Did something
They were
happen?
on that Jermaine Dupri show. Monty, help me out. I get lost. They was on Jermaine Dupri show and she won.
Mhm.
And so I think at the end of the show, you offered a contract with the music label.
Oh,
So he offered her a contract and her mother didn't go for it. She signed with somebody else. But just look how you want me to mute you?
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. Just look how Lotto is now. And her mother was with her every step of the way making these deals with her. But look how they went and transformed her body and how she's out there now exposing herself. And there's something about their rituals and their routines when they become
Oh
in
shit.
this industry. I'm gonna mute you. When they get in this industry, they have to change their bodies, they have to change their names. So, right there, when you change your names, they're taking your identity, making you the industry's identity now, giving you a name, right? And then they start changing your body and everything. So her parents was there. Some parents are there, but again, they want their children to go further in this industry, and this industry is demonic field. This industry is an agenda purpose for certain things. And again, you want your child to, their dreams to come true. So if your daughter been a singer or a dancer or something like that, she get a contract, you there every step of the way. Again, you sign this contract, you use their entertainment lawyer, you don't use your own lawyer, you don't go work for work. Anything can happen. You sign your kids up for this bullshit.
Okay, I lost just a little bit of that,
The right.
so let me make sure I'm understanding. So you're talking about the financial aspect of it right now with the
I'm
girl?
talking about I'm talking
Okay.
about the aspects how parents be with you in general. Some
Yeah.
kids' parents be with them and they go to the meetings and people promise them certain things and then their parents allow the children to go off with them.
See, that's what I'm saying right there. No, no, no. And there's none of that.
But you hungry for money. Some of
And
these
I
people are
don't give
hungry
a
for
damn.
money.
Ain't gonna be. See, this
But
is what I'm
that's you.
saying.
That's you. But a lot of these parents knew what their children were signing up to. Now, did they
Yeah.
know that they were going to be allegedly abused and misused like that? I don't think so.
See,
But they,
okay, now that's what I'm looking at. Yeah. Now, as far as the financial aspect, and parents are there and they still get shitted in the deal, again, you have to stop and think. And I know everybody doesn't think the same way. Now, I'll tell you this: I'm well educated. I'm smart.
uh-huh.
I'm not an attorney.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know anything about business and entertainment law. I know what I've read. I know what I've seen and heard.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
don't know shit. I can't look. I cannot give you one bit of advice. The advice I can give you is to get a damn entertainment lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah,
So the first thing I would do, and it would not be anybody that the people recommend to me, because that right there is a conflict of interest. Why
mm-hmm.
would I take an attorney that you're recommending to me for your business? You're the one trying to cut a contract with my child,
Mm-hmm.
and you're recommending that I go over here and let Al Lowenstein read it.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't know who Al Lowenstein is, but I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna find my own. I don't care if I find my own on Google. It's gonna be somebody that I wouldn't got. Damn it, we can go to the graveyard and dig up Melvin Belli if that's what we got to do.
Well, people trust. People trust in that industry. People are hungry out here.
Some do, and you know what? And then now, see,
You
I
get tired
understand
of
that
struggling.
too. Yeah, but see, I understand that too. There's some people who really do trust that someone's gonna take care of their baby, look out for
Right,
their
right,
baby.
right, right.
And that's hard because you want to look at them and say, well, what, why did you? But they really they were felt, they were lulled into a false sense of security. They felt like this person was really going to protect their child, look out for
Mm,
their baby. This is why I tell people, especially in the industry, you have to watch out for women, because the first thing that, and especially us as women and as a mother, will think is, if there's a man and there's a woman standing in front of you and you got to let somebody watch your child for 2 minutes and turn your back, you will go with the woman.
mm.
See what I mean? No, no, no. But
And
think
that's
about
the problem. That's the
it.
problem
Right.
because
So,
women
and
lure them. Women
right.
lure them to these demons.
Exactly. So that makes them even. It's like, oh, wait a minute, no. So these people are thinking, okay, there's a lot of men around here, but this woman is talking to me. This guy says he's a grandfather. He's got all these pictures on his desk of all his
Mm,
loved ones,
mhm,
and
mhm,
she pulls me to the side after the meeting and says, "Hey, I know how you're feeling. I'm gonna make sure. Look, I will look out for her
mhm,
like she's my own."
mm.
The whole damn time. It's her job to pull your shit in.
Yeah. You
See,
can't trust
get
those
you.
women.
No, and see, and that's why women do that. We look at it because we think, oh, well, this is a woman, this is a mother. She's not going to let this.
Mm,
Bullshit. She will sell you. She sold her own mother. She
yep.
sold her damn daughter. Her daughter's whatever. You think she care
Yep.
about yours?
And it was done to her. And it was
She's
done
getting
to
a damn
her.
commission off of your
Mhm.
shit.
There you go, Monty. Giselle Maxwell. Yeah, Gisela Maxwell. She was one of them. There's a lot of women that lure these
Yeah,
young girls, and that's how they groom them. They groom them up
yeah.
to be groomers. They groom them to be groomers. So you got all these celebrities. You got these young girls who Google over all these Nicki Minaj's, Cardi B's, Ice Spices, and
Mm-hmm.
mulattoes, and all these. They so Google over them, and what they do is they groom them to groom the younger girls. Little Kim and all those people allegedly. That's once you get in that industry, you trapped. I believe you are trapped, and I believe it is work of the devil. I really do. That's just me, because hey, I just believe it. I believe that that is a demonic industry. I do.
Well, anything can be, but the thing is, I'm not gonna, you know, I refuse to believe that there's not somebody out there who didn't become successful without getting on the casting couch, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
However, I know that even though people are saying, well, there was big protection back in the good old boy network, with, I mean, and even if you look now, there's still protection. So if you're out here now, all of a sudden, now it doesn't matter how many years we've heard allegations, or we've seen downright damn proof, and you get out, or you fall from under a charge overnight, you
Mm-hmm.
know. But we see this, and it's the same thing, rumors, so to speak, all of these years.
Mm-hmm.
And then you stop and look at, and nobody knows anything, nobody's heard of anything. No, there's people out there who have been able to become successful without doing all of that. But then there's people who, that's what, the motive is. They sit back and they tell you, okay, look, I'm just laying out for you, girl, go in there and do this, look, just
Yeah.
unbutton your shirt a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
go do this. It's gonna be like that, but don't worry about it. Look, just this one time. It's not. See, how dare you?
Yeah.
You
But
didn't like it when it was done to you. Why would you try and set me up to do the same shit? Why? Because
because they in
you
so
had to
deep.
make your bones.
Because I say to you, just read my book. Mm-mm. We already got down like that. So who you gonna tell? You gonna tell on yourself? That's how they set you up. You gonna tell on yourself?
See?
You was right there. Read my book. Me and you did so and so. So who you gonna tell? That's why
Mm-hmm.
more and more people get exposed when shit like this happen. Like what's happening
Right.
with puppy. They going to the top, but
Right.
before they get to the top of that puppet master,
They
they
gonna
go
sacrifice everybody before. Yeah.
right. They go get. Oh, they definitely gonna let him go down the tubes. And you know what's gonna happen to him? He gonna be like, listen, Puffy could turn out to be like a Jeffrey Epstein.
Mm,
He could be
mm.
like Jeffrey Epstein. All of a sudden, something happened to Jeffrey Epstein. Nobody protected him in prison. See, that shit get deep because you know where all the secrets are at. You know where
Mm-hmm.
all the skeletons are hidden.
All the
You all
bones
be
there.
partying, getting high together, touching on each other, doing all this shit, taking advantage of these young girls and young boys. It ain't just young girls, it's young boys too.
Right.
Remember, remember, I said Justin Bieber, and now
Yep.
they got that OC Kyrus, whatever. Y'all know I mess his name up all the time. Another one, him. He under Puffy's spell right now. He travels with him alone. They talk about him doing things that's not favorable to other people. You know what I'm saying? I'll try to be careful on what I say here.
Huh.
Well, so he's supposed to be his boy toy, allegedly, right?
Really?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And this young boy cried. I wish I could find that video. When these two kids stick out in my head so much. I mean, it's just like it's stuck there. Him and Suki Hana crying, they sold their soul to the devil. And then they
I
went
know
on
something wrong with that girl. So
and they
yeah.
went into the industry and they was totally different people. And people saying, no, that's not what Suki saying. That's not what she meant. No, that's what you meant. But now you have to do what you signed up and agreed to do. And
Mm-hmm.
just look how disgusted she went. And now
Mm-hmm.
this young boy ain't making no albums. He ain't doing nothing. He just traveling with Puffy as Puffy's boy toy, allegedly his boy toy. You see what I'm saying?
Oh my.
So they know when they sign. Some of these kids know when they have of a certain age. They know what the agreement is. They know what they have to do. And
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately, they want the money and the fame so bad they sign up for it.
Right.
And then once you in there, it's hard to get out because now you got to tell all the secrets and how you gonna look.
Yeah, because in order to tell, you got to
You
tell on
did it with
yourself.
so and so, right? So they
Mm-hmm.
get trapped. They get trapped.
Mm-hmm.
They just get trapped. You know. So yeah, I believe he did everything most of these people saying, and I've also always believed that it was just mysteriously. It was mysterious how Kim Porter just got out here with all the money they had. You know, something happened to that girl when she wanted to write that book. Russell Simmons, you notice he done went way over to live in Dubai some damn where. He ain't never returned to the United States because they was coming for him. But it's strange now. Kimora Lee, who used to be good friends with Kim Porter, now is dangling in the air that she wants to speak out. So see how the snowball effect because they're stripping Puffy now. It's it for Puffy. I don't care what no one say. And Gene Dill's been talking about this for years. I watched Gene Dill. He used to be Puffy's security guard.
I'm gonna tell you something. He's got some serious mental issues on top of just being plain old evil. Excuse me, I'm talking about Puff.
Mm-hmm.
He's one of those people where you're not going to get him behind bars. He's either going to get caught trying to flee the country and go out. He's one of those blaze of glory type of people.
What
You're
I
not
tell
going
you,
to take him in.
what I tell you, he gonna disappear one or two ways.
Yep.
He gonna be a Jeffrey Epstein, or he's gonna go ahead like well no, because they
He's
got
not going to make it to the prison. I'm telling you, he's not
yeah,
going to make it. He's not going to let himself get cuffed. It's not
that
going
could
to
be
happen.
true. Mm-hmm. Yeah. God is jealous, period. Right, Kimberly Black. I agree with that. And that's why they'll be exposed. I think you just have to have and you know what? It may not be every art, but just notice too, a lot of artists were only one hit wonders. They're no longer around. You don't hear anything from them, and they didn't cross the line. And so now they no longer in the industry. I believe the most powerful people in the industry. I don't. This is just my belief. I'm a conspiracy theorist, but I know this shit too. I've been watching. I do believe that they have done things just to get to the level that they at, and the ones who didn't do it and didn't sell their soul, they haven't made it in the industry.
Missy, I've said that for decades. I'll give you a perfect example. Stephanie Mills. You ain't gonna tell me ain't nobody got a set of pipes like that woman and that natural vibrato.
Yep.
Why hasn't she had a record out and with? Because she didn't play ball.
She didn't play for the team. She didn't play for the
She
team.
didn't play ball. That's it. Because there's no way you cannot tell me it was because of a lack of talent. That's a lie.
Yep, she didn't play for the team. It's artists that come out here and you don't hear much of them. They shut them down when they start trying to expose the industry, saying why they didn't make it far in the music industry because they wasn't willing to do things that they wanted them to do too.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good point, Phenomenal Scorpio. I'm glad. That's what I was trying to do.
Yeah.
He was the Satan was music, right? He was, yeah. So it is demonic injury, but a lot of those artists who want to speak out, who didn't make it in the industry, you notice they blackball them and you don't hear much from them. They just go away because I want to say that what's this guy name? Hold on. Who? Oh God, is he was trying to tell too, but eventually he just recently died 2 years ago. Oh, with the deep voice, y'all. DMX.
Who? Oh,
DMX.
Crazy stuff.
And the guy with all the braids, Coolio. They were exposing some of the industry and they no longer with us. And so that's why it's not hard to believe that perhaps they'll take Mr. P. Diddy and get rid of him. See, when you sign contracts, you have to fulfill those contracts, and do I believe they have certain rituals? I do. I believe all that. Now, I don't know about the Illuminati and all that,
That's a bit much, right?
But I do believe that they do have things they have to do to maintain in the industry to get to certain levels. But that's even in real life, you guys. That's in real life. That's in real life too.
Yeah, but
So
it's
it's not
how
far
much are
fetched.
you willing to do?
I'm
Because
not.
you can indeed be selling your soul.
I'm not. I'm not willing to sell my soul.
Uh-huh. See, and that's what I'm talking about. Look, this ain't stealing staples from the job.
Right, right.
Okay, this ain't going home with a roll of scotch tape.
Right, right. This is some serious commitment to live a life of recklessness just to be
Oof.
part of the industry. That's why I told you, and maybe it's just me, you guys, and sometimes, I sit back and wonder, damn, are you mean? Are you just harsh? Are you too firm? Do you not give? Are you, really godly as you believe you are in certain things? And I know God's not finished with me yet, but it's very hard for me to do. I remember when I walked in this job, right? And I'll tell you the story, and then I'll go. I walked in this job, and I'm very aware of my surroundings. And a lot of times, believe it or not, Miss T is kind of quiet, but I'm jovial. I'm joyful. I treat my patients good. But I saw where they was trying to bury this other person there who has a little power, at the job. And I
Mhm.
saw what they were doing to her. And I was like, nah. And they brought me in the office one time to talk to HR. Now, mind you, I'm kind of new to talk to HR. And they wanted me to talk against her. And
Oh
I said,
wow.
I said, no. I said, when they started questioning me, I told them, I said, I don't have a problem with her. I
Hmm.
said, so you all, and this was HR, but this is where you show people who you are. I saying you all can't make me have a problem with it. Now, I don't know what problem you all are having with it and what are y'all trying to do, but you can't make me have a problem with her. I said, and the way I do business is if I had a problem with her, I would go directly to her to try to get some results and resolve whatever issue I thought I had with her. And if it didn't work, then I would what we call go up the chain of command. But for me to just jump to HR and try to have a problem with her because a group of you other ladies have a problem with her,
Right.
that's not gonna happen. And that's not gonna happen. That's not who I am, right? And so
Right.
from that point, it put me on my P's and Q's just to watch the serpents I was working around. Now she never knew. I never told her, hey, listen, they trying to burn you. They trying to burn you. Be careful.
Yeah. Hmm.
You know, just every now and then when I see her kissing ass to this certain person who brought me in that office, wanted me to
Hmm.
burn her and talk bad about her,
Hmm.
that shit irritated me. And I just told her, I said, one day, and I'm older than them. And I said
Hmm.
one day too, I said, baby, be careful. I said, don't be so green about things that's going on around here. And she just laughed at me. What you mean by that? I said, just don't be so green, baby, about
Hmm.
things that go on around you. Be a little more observant. And I left, never said nothing to it, never said anything further
Hmm.
about it. Well, a couple of weeks ago, she did something to ruffle my feathers.
Mm.
Hmm. Hmm. And she wanted me to talk to her. And I started talking to her. I said, let me tell you something. I said, I don't play games. I don't play snake games.
Hmm.
Because I was in that office when they were trying to burn your ass and I wouldn't go for it. And now you're trying to do something that I don't like. I said, I don't like people to play in my face. I said, but I'm here to take care of my clients. You know, I said, I'm here to do a job, and that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna remain professional, but keep this in mind. I don't like people playing in my face.
Hmm.
I told her straight up. She said, oh, well, I'm sorry you feel that way. And oh, I wish I could. I said, that's all.
No.
You don't have to apologize. You don't know. But just know I'm aware you playing in my face, and I
Hmm.
defended you, and I left. She asked me several times to talk to her. I said, I don't want to talk about anything because when I think somebody is playing on my top or you're doing something to me that I
Hmm.
think that's fucked up, I
Hmm.
don't play with you. You don't have to talk to me. Let's just leave it here and keep it professional. And so now you looking over your shoulder. I'm not looking over my shoulder. You looking over your shoulder. So that brings me to say this. So when it was time to cheer and celebrate and all that and have drinks and eat steaks and all that shit, I
Mm-hmm.
decline because I don't play those games.
Right.
That's how I really am, y'all. I'm not just pretending on it.
I
That's how
feel
I
you.
am. I didn't go no fucking Christmas party with you all, especially you. And these same people who tried to burn you, and then you go turn around shit on me. You think I'm gonna sit here and have drinks with you?
Girl, I'm telling you,
I'm here for a
God, you
fucking job
sound like
until I
me.
retire. I'm here for a job until I retire, and I'm gonna do
Hmm.
that job 100. I'm gonna take care of my patients, but I don't play those fucking games. Just stay in
Yep.
your corner, and I'll stay in mine, and we'll be professional. And let's leave it like that. That's who I am in real life, and that's how I carry it. I
And see, yeah, I could deal with that. And that's what adults do. That's what you're working. That's what
yeah,
people do. You don't have to like each other. You don't have to
right.
pal around. What you do need to do is make sure that you don't cause any tension to where other people can feel that there's something wrong. You carry yourself in a professional manner. Now, I know I don't like you, and
And that's
you
it.
know you don't like me, but that doesn't have to show. I can say good
That's
morning
it.
to you
Good morning. I smile. I talk to you, but
and
I
moving
keep it
on.
business. You know that I
Yeah,
don't care for you. It ain't no secret, but you
right.
know that I'm a professional older woman too.
Right.
If
Let's
y'all
just move
play
it
games
on.
with each other, you're not gonna fucking play games with me.
You know, Miss T, I was in one of the positions, two of the positions that you talked about today. The one I'm going to talk about now is the one you just mentioned about, you noticed them trying to burn this woman and you was, trying to
Mm-hmm.
tell her, hey, don't be so green. I was in that same position.
Mm-hmm.
I pulled the girl aside because it was terrible. I could see, I knew it. I pulled the
Mm-hmm.
girl aside. You know that bitch don't love me.
Mm-hmm. That's why I dropped a hint, but I
She
just need you to
told
know.
on me.
Yeah. Yeah, but see, I don't that's why I said I just let you know, baby girl, be observant of your area and don't be so green. And
Mm-hmm.
you kissing these people at, and they study every day running the HR talking about you. They even invited me to say something bad. Now, I'm not doing that shit. If I don't have a problem with you, I don't have a problem with you. And you ain't gonna make me have a problem with someone. And I do the same thing down here too. See,
Mm-hmm.
this is who I really am. If I don't have a problem with a content creator, a sub or something, I don't give a shit what happens with y'all. Y'all
Right.
not gonna make me not like them. If they haven't done anything to me, we're solid. We're
Mm.
solid. Because I'm not a follower. I have been that way, y'all, all my life. Queen Diva tell you, I have been solid on my beliefs, my moral, my values, what I truly believe. I've been like that all my life.
Mm-hmm.
She'll even tell you. I don't try to go along with the crowd. I kind of stay to myself, and I'm good. I'm good. But don't think you gonna play on my top and then invite me at the table to sit with you and have drinks. You got me totally messed up.
You sure do. See, that
Yep.
brought the other thing to my mind, what you said earlier, because I think I typed something in the chat about it. Um, I I almost never attended workplace functions. Uh-uh.
Mm-mm,
I know.
mm-mm.
Okay. And then like, hi, well, we
Yep.
missed you. Oh, are you
Yep.
coming? What?
Mm-hmm.
Nope. Nope.
Yep.
And then I remember
I don't.
I look, our general manager came in and had a meeting with us just before closing time, had us lock the doors early and wanted to have a 15-minute meeting and said that
Mm-hmm.
we all needed to, everybody who worked in that office
Mm-hmm.
needed to that they were coming up with a new, I don't know, some kind of team builder shit. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So for our particular office, they wanted us to go once per week and do something in a social setting, and they were paying for it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't give it. I want to go. First of all, and
Yeah.
look, I got out of that real quick. I'm like, well, you're saying this is, I'm like, is this during work hours? No.
Yep.
So first of all, you can't tell me what to do outside of work hours.
You know they can't. You don't have to go along. Be like I
No.
said, I keep it professional, I keep it business.
Yeah.
But
And
you'll know that I don't mess with you. You'll know that.
Yeah.
You'll know that.
And then the second thing was, I'm like, you can't force me to socialize.
Right,
I don't
right.
have to socialize, but I got out of it quick because I said, look, now that's one time, look, I pulled the single mom card.
Mm-hmm.
I have to get home. I have to get home to my child.
Mm-hmm. They said, "Oh, you're not going."
No.
Oh, and they spoke up the whole time. "Oh, what you wearing? What you wearing? Oh, I'm wearing this.
Yeah.
I'm doing this." I ain't
No.
never, but I never indulged in a conversation. I
Nope.
just kept it moving. And then yesterday, I had brought my gift to give to the Secret Santa and whoever.
That's
And
right.
I said, "Baby, would you do me a favor? Would you give this gift to them and you can accept mine? And I'll talk to y'all. You not going for real?" I told you. I said, "Y'all will learn me."
That's
You know,
what I'm talking about.
and they love me. And there's people there, I joke with them, I'm good with them, but y'all will learn me. You'll learn me
Girl,
when I say
look,
something, I really, really mean it. They said, "Oh, we thought you was just joking. We didn't know you wasn't." I said, "No, I'm not going." And y'all be safe. Y'all be safe.
I know that's
And
Miss
I
T.
give
Look,
y'all
I
my love.
will walk in there with a platter. Because especially when they want to do like that. See, I don't play that potluck shit
I don't
either.
do the
I ain't eat
potluck
none of
enough.
your stuff.
Mm-mm.
So
I
I
don't.
will come in there with a platter and lay it out. And they say, "Oh, what did you bring? Oh, you're
Nope.
such a good cook. Well, y'all enjoy it. I'll see you later.
I ain't eating from y'all. I ain't doing nothing, no.
I gotta
So
go."
So I am really who I am, y'all. I am who I say I am. It ain't no joke. I am who I am. And like I said, if I like you, I'm cool.
And
And
if
if
I
I don't
don't,
like
you
you,
gonna know it, but we
yeah.
ain't got to fight. But you gonna
Mhm.
know it's not there.
I don't even tell them none of my business. I really
Mm-mm.
don't. I don't tell them none of my business. I come there and I do my job and I leave. And I love my job. I must say that. I love my job. It's cool people there, but I just keep it moving sometimes. I keep it moving. Especially if I looked out for you,
Yeah.
and you go turn around and try to shit on me.
Right in my face, like I don't see and smell
But
you.
again, you could say anything you want to say. You just have to remain professional and keep it cute. And that's what I did. I just
Hmm.
kept it cute. And she was concerned too, because she asked him, "You think you mad at me?" "Oh, I think I pissed her off." "You think?" "Don't worry about me, baby. Don't worry about me. Just worry about you. Don't
And
worry
then
about
you
me."
smiled and showed that dimple and scared the shit out of her. She
I
said,
said,
"Oh Lord."
"Good morning." I said, "Good morning. I have my coffee. Good morning."
Look at you.
You know, I've and and but I've always been like this too. I don't
Mhm.
really mix business with pleasure. I don't mind
No.
going every now and then to a Christmas but I really don't mix business with pleasure because not that I'm afraid I'm gonna do anything because I'm gonna do what I want to do and I'm grown and I'm accountable and I'm responsible, but just because I believe my job is my job and my private life is my private life,
Mm-hmm.
so I just never really mix them.
Mm-mm.
Mm-hmm.
Me either.
So yeah,
I
so
never did, never did, never
mm-mm,
did. Now,
mm-mm.
I would tell you something. I worked with some folks for 5 years, and none of them knew I smoked.
Me either. Me
Mm-hmm.
either.
They
Me
ain't even know I smoked.
Me either.
One of them happened to see me one day. They were coming by. I don't know
Mm.
why they came. There was something that they were bringing. Oh yeah, they were coming to pick up a file from my house,
Mm.
and I had a cigarette.
Mm.
5 years I worked with all
Yep.
of, and guess what? When I came back to work, everybody knew that I smoked.
See, that's what I'm saying. See, that's why I don't mix. But shit, I'm grown. I smoke. That's my problem.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be something I have to do. But I work 12-hour shifts and I never go on break. Never go on
Yep.
break and smoke no cigarettes. When I
Me.
worked in the hospital, never. I don't go on break and smoke. No. Mm-mm. I
Nope.
come here to do a job. I'm gonna do a job and I'm gonna leave. And then I'm gonna live my life how I want to when I leave here. But when we speak of that too, and I was saying earlier, and I meant this too, is that people really need to be careful, because I know we think that because we here and we at home and it's our private lives that we need to be careful on what we do and say, even on here, because employers are definitely looking into social media. And it's just
Yes.
like this marijuana thing. Everybody's crazy. Oh, it's legal. Oh, you could smoke. They smoking. They going to their job smelling like weed. They going to the kids' school, the grocery store, the hospital.
Mhm.
Everywhere smell like weed. Oh, it's legal. They can't do nothing to me. That's a lie. Your employer still can fire you because of
Okay.
the use of marijuana.
And
Because
you know
for one,
what? Plus,
for one,
even I'm sorry, you're even not looking at that. Why would you want to go to work or your children's school smelling like that?
because that's some people are just weed smokers. But you still can lose your job behind that. People saying, "Oh no, you can't. No, you can't. Um, you can't lose your job because it's legal." You dumbass. Let me tell you something. These people are holding insurance on you. And I don't know if people know, when you sign up for health insurance and all those insurance for yourself,
Mhm.
your employee, your employer has insurance on you.
That's right.
And if something happens on that job and you're under the influence, it can come back to them. So yes, they can fire you.
Of course, for
But they
any well, yeah, well, I guess not if it's in your system per se. If you just went for a random, I guess it depends on the state, and I've got my eye on how they're going to handle that law.
Mhm.
But the main thing is what you're saying. I get you because, like, if you had an accident, the first okay, I'll use myself
Exactly.
as an example. I had an employee, my maintenance guy, had an accident. He hurt himself. He
Mhm.
fell. First thing they did was send his butt to what's the place? Oh Lord, what's the name
Oh,
of
where
the
you
place there?
go
Lab
to
Corps.
urgent care to take a blood to take a
Yeah, they sent him
urinalysis.
to Lab Corps. The first thing
Yeah,
they did,
lab core.
yep,
Mhm.
sent him to Lab Corps.
Mhm.
That's the first thing they did. I'm like, well, damn, y'all don't want to know if the man need a stretcher first. I mean, I know you still
Nope.
got to take the test, but they're like, he needs. Is he able to walk?
Yeah.
I said, yeah.
Yeah.
They said, is he lip? I said, yeah. They said, send him to Lab Corps.
Lab core. And you only have an hour. Let me
Yep.
tell you something. If they send you up there for your analysis because
Mhm.
something that happened on the job,
Yep.
you only have an hour, I think an hour or two to respond. And if not, you can be automatically terminated, I believe.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah,
That's
hey,
right.
country me out. That's okay. Can we please take a moment to apply pressure to the like button? Thank you, Monty. That's my baby right
Let me
there.
make sure I hit that like. I'm sure. Let me look
Y'all,
and
please
see.
make sure you
Yeah, I
hit the
did.
like button. I got time today. We almost here. Yep. Let me tell you something. They do it on the spot. If you come to work, I know in the hospital, if you come to work and you fall, check this shit out. And you come into the building and you fall right there. This is crazy. One of the jobs I used to work, you have to go to lab core
Yep.
to take it. Yeah. And
Yep.
yeah. So when people say, "Oh, is the law now? I could smoke. I could go to work high. I could." No, no, no.
No.
Don't be fooled. There's always clause
Drinking is legal
in
too,
law,
but you can't go to work drunk.
right? It's
And you,
always clauses too. Think about it. It's always a clause in the law.
oh yeah.
So people think they get away with it, but no, you don't. And I don't care if people say they don't care. You need to be careful, even when you're on here doing videos on here on your break or something like that. Whether you're on break, you're on company's time. Even if you're on break, is law. You still on their time. Just be careful, because everybody here who's how they say everybody here is not cheering for you or whatever. They're not your fan. They may be in your audience, but they're not your fan.
That's right. And I'll tell you, depending on what state I'm working in, like before I retired, say like if working in state of North Carolina, that's called an at will state. They don't have to give you a notice. They don't have to give you a reason. It's
No,
called an at will state.
at
They
will
just say, you
state.
know what, I don't think bye. And they don't have to tell
Yeah,
you why. They don't have I mean nothing. Not a
they
thing.
don't. And that's what and if
There's
you
no
notice,
unions. Yeah.
they making a lot of jobs at will states. and they making a lot of jobs where they're not unionized to protect you, because at the union,
Right.
yeah, they have to send you to rehab. Yeah. And I
Right.
think some insurances state also that you have to send a worker to rehab. I
Uh-huh.
think you have to send them once or twice. I think that's in the contract as well.
Mm-hmm.
Again, you just need to know your law. You need to know your policy and procedures. Read your
For
handbook,
your
or
state. Yep.
yeah, for your state, because a lot of at will states, like you said, Jill. I mean, just read my book. They could fire you for any given reason.
They don't
They
even have to give you a reason. They can just say that's it.
right. That's it. Your services are no longer
Yeah.
needed.
But okay, and here's my thing. Now they require from you a 2-week notice, but they don't have to give you shit.
Right? They don't.
Uh-huh. Now when I'm working in the north and when I'm employed in certain states there, like New York, shoot, you got to damn near buy me out for that.
Mm-hmm.
You have to look, there's severance pay. Did
Mm-hmm.
you know that when I was talking with some folks in North Carolina, they hadn't even heard of severance pay? They didn't know what that was.
Hmm.
They didn't know.
See,
It's
some
an
people
at-will
don't know.
state.
Uh-huh. But
So if they fire you, they don't owe you anything. They don't have to pay you anything. They don't have to give you, and that shit.
and
You
you
don't
don't
know.
have to give them a notice either. But the
No,
only
it's one
reason
or
why
2 week
you
notice.
do, the only reason why you do give them a notice, because for one, they train you that is professional, and to make sure you good when you go for another job. Now
Right.
let me tell you, this last job I left, right? They didn't even know I was leaving. I took a leave of absence.
You used up your time, girl.
I did, to go over and apply for another job and to start my other job. I took a whole week just to make sure that I like it. And the reason why I did that is I had a supervisor over there I couldn't stand, and she knew I couldn't stand her. My charge nurse, I couldn't stand her, and she couldn't stand me. And I've gone toe to toe to her, and I have lost professionalism at times with her at a time or two. And I
Mhm.
came back and I apologized, right? Because that's not how I want to be. But however, I was fed up. I was just fed up. And I said, I'm going to find something different. And I found
Mhm.
something different. I took a leave of absence and I started my other job to make sure you mofos didn't have the ability to say anything against me. Because by law, they can't say anything against you. But I
Right.
always say this too. I have a business, so I know. I say, excuse me, how so and so? And they was like, oh, I said, oh, well, is it a possibility you will hire her again? Absolutely not. Right there says enough for me that they didn't leave
Mhm.
on good terms or something down the road.
Right.
So it's
And
not like,
now in some states you cannot ask that because you can't do that in North Carolina. Now,
ah,
and that kind of helps
mhm,
weigh that balance about being in an at will state, because if you can fire somebody without any reason, then you can't be fighting them like that for not giving a reason, and then they can't collect unemployment.
mm,
So the fight it was so uneven that
mm,
what they did was implement that. When you give when you're giving that reference,
mhm,
all you can do is give the amount of time, the start date, ending date,
uh-huh,
um job duties, blah blah blah. It's very basic. It's 1 2 3.
mm,
You cannot elaborate. Everything is a
mhm.
closed in question.
Question, closing question.
Yeah, and you cannot ask. They removed that. Would you hire this person again? They removed
But you
that.
can ask questions that, did they show up to work on time? No.
No,
You can't ask those questions?
no.
Really? I might have to look at some stuff like that. Wow, to make
Mhm.
sure.
And you know what? And I put it like this though. I feel
Wow.
like in the way that makes a bit
Ah,
fairer,
kind to me.
because you can when those same questions are going to come into play collecting unemployment or getting hired on a new job. And
Mm-hmm.
if you want to fire me and not give me a reason, don't prevent me from getting a job somewhere else.
Exactly. Okay. Kind to me
Because
said
now,
nothing
if the
to me
other
last
job
time
wants to
for me.
know if certain things that would matter, like did I get fired for theft? Am I a thief? We'll run my criminal background check. You'll find out whether or not I'm a thief.
Oh, they say you can't ask those questions. Oh, okay. So they must have scaled down a lot, which is good because just because I didn't work out for your job doesn't mean that I won't work out for this one.
Right.
You know
And
what
you
I mean?
can't prevent
Yeah.
me if you, yeah, because
Mhm.
I don't have a reason why I was terminated. You didn't give me a reason why I was terminated. So why should I not be able to get another job
Mhm.
because you told them no, I wouldn't hire her again. I fired her.
Mhm.
I'm looking
Mhm.
like I'm a liability and you're preventing me from getting a job.
Exactly. Okay,
So
cool. I didn't know that,
yeah.
you guys. I didn't know that you just got to verify employment and that's it. I
But
didn't know
that's
that.
not in
I
every
didn't give
state.
them no opportunity to know nothing. My skills spoke for me and my years of experience, and they hired me. So, and then they was begging me to come back there, and I said, nope, nope,
Nope.
nope. And then when they wanted to ask me why, oh, I told them why. But again, I always handle myself in a professional way, but I always let you know what I'm thinking. And I said, and some things I say forcefully or I put emphasis on it so you know exactly how I felt and the reason why I won't come back. No, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm just trying to retire so I don't need all the extra bullshit, you know? The laws have changed. They are put in place to try to prevent people from being blacklisted. Oh, okay. I got y'all. Thank you so much. Yeah, you don't owe them no 2 weeks notice. No, I didn't owe them nothing. Like I did, I used my sick time. I sure did. And told them I was going out of town. Y'all granted me that leave and I left. I left. Now I do think they gypped me out of some of my money, you know.
Oh, really?
I do, but here's the problem I had because I couldn't remember the pay period, exactly what dates I had worked, how many hours there. I don't know if they gave me my time that they were supposed to give me when I left. You know how they supposed to give you not your sick time, but your time off, your PTO. I don't know if
Right.
they gave it all to me. And I think they was only giving a certain percentage if you leave. So you can bash a former employer to a potential new employer, but it is not in your best interest not to do so. If you do, your chances of getting hired drops to 0. That's true too. Even let me tell you something. It's strange that you say that, Kimberly, because I make sure I never talk about another employee. Never. I mean, yeah, I just don't say anything. If they ask me why I leave, I just say I wanted to go in a new direction. I wanted new opportunities. I wanted to excel or so and so. I just wanted a new environment. You know, I never say anything because that's funny because even when I get patients and they start bashing their other providers, I look and go, this could be a tough one. I already know what they bring in. If you don't went through 4 and 5 providers for the same thing, oh shit, I already know what you bringing to us, you know? So that's funny you say that. You shouldn't bash your ex-employer. Just go ahead and leave with grace. Do like I did. If you have a leave of absence, take a leave of absence and go find you someplace get comfortable, make sure you like it, and then move on. That's all. So well, you guys, I've been on here 2 hours. It's always a pleasure to have you. Like I said, I'm glad I wanted to get with people and talk conspiracy, but I really did want to talk about this industry a lot, this puppy situation, because it puts me in the mind to, some things that happen over here, that some people think they are untouchable and everyone can be touched and everyone has a time limit. They do. And everyone over here has a turn. Just read my book. Do you agree? It may not be
Oh,
your
yeah.
turn today to be dragged, or somebody might not like that you in my chat and you said something, or you may have said something about, but everyone over here gets a chance, a turn. And the sad thing is, I'm seeing where people are lashing out at subbies. And remember, subbies are here because they enjoy your show and you should appreciate them. And yes, some of them are messy, and that's fine. And no, we can't tell them where to go, but you should ever be grateful that these people are here to support you because they don't owe you shit. They don't have to support us. And they have a right to say what they want in another chat, And
That's
so
right.
what? It's all part of this game. This is just a big game. It's a big show that we all are. We're on the show. It's entertainment. We on the show, but don't allow it to cross into your real life. You know, and just because you don't like a person doesn't mean that I have to not like that person. I am who I am, and I'm gonna continue to be who I am. Now, when it comes to this Jay Dunn thing, just read my book. Just give me a little take on that. What did you feel about this, or what do you feel? See you later. Go ahead.
Um, I don't sympathize with her at all.
Okay.
Um, there's no conspiracy. That sounds ridiculous.
Mhm.
I just think people are fed up. Now, in my case, I haven't teamed up with anyone, but I filed on her myself
You
because
filed
she
charges on
threatened me.
her?
Yes, she look, she threatened me on a live stream to
Mhm.
get with Dovey, get my information, and dox me and my whole family. And what I did was take the clip and filed on her ass. I most certainly did.
Oh my!
But
I
I
didn't know
feel
that.
no sympathy for her.
So you have a right to because she done something directly to you.
Yes.
That's fine. I can't argue with that. I can't. I mean, wouldn't be able to argue with that because she did something directly to you. But for the people that she hasn't done something directly to get together and come after, I think that's fucked up. But she
Yeah.
done something for you. I didn't know you had filed on her. Was she aware that you had filed charges on her?
Yes, because
Whoa.
as soon as she did it, I told
Yeah.
her, I said, and both of you are gonna be cellies in 12 days. I'm not playing with either one. I'm not playing. I'm not playing. I did nothing to the girl.
So you filed charges on Dovey too? You
I'm
said
gonna keep
both
it
of
up.
you gonna be
I'm gonna keep this on the topic, which is Jay Dunn right now.
okay. But okay, so you
Uh,
said both of you are gonna be Sally's. Okay, keep it on Jay
mhm.
Dunn. So Jay Dunn did something to you and you filed charges on her.
Yeah, she threatened me. She said she was going to get with Dovey, get all my information, and dox me and my entire family. And she said it live, and I took the clip. Thank you.
See,
Yep,
I
I
don't be
took that
around.
clip and I filed.
I
So
didn't even know you and her had a problem. Just read my book for
we
real.
did not. It happened. Oh, look, she told some stupid ass story that, and while when I'm looking at the chat, come to find out, according to the chat, quite a few people in the chat, she took that from some movie. What she was describing was a scene out of a movie. See how crazy this shit is. We were talking about older people and older people and families and stuff like that. And
Fix your face, Mz.Teavalocity. Hold on, baby. I got the because I didn't know that. Shit.
yeah,
This is some tea for me.
she told
Thank you.
a story
Mhm.
saying that her grandmother had to use her and her grandmother was shopping and her grandmother had to use the bathroom, and they, because she was black, they wouldn't let her use the bathroom. So she said, well, if I can't use the bathroom, I hope you got a mop. And said she stood there and she peed in the floor.
The grandmother of JD.
Jay Dunn. I said, oh, but check this out. Please ask me what year it was.
I
Talking
mean,
about, okay, let's start here. You know that she was born in what, the 80s?
yeah, I think
Okay,
so.
so if you old enough to be with your grandma, so you gonna tell me that there was colored folks bathrooms only in the 80s or the 90s? Is
I
that what
don't
you're trying to
think
tell me?
I don't think so.
Okay, so
But
you telling me that your grandmother chose to stand in the middle of the store and pee in the floor? So when she told that, I said, "Ooh, Jay Dunn, I don't think I would have told that one." That's all it took. She kept saying stuff to me, saying stuff to me. She dropped down and came back on that panel 4 times. trying to keep coming back at me, coming back at me, coming back at me. So just because of a couple of words, and I do mean a couple of words, because I didn't threaten her, didn't call her out her name, none of that.
But you said, okay, let me get this straight. Because again, I always try to. So did she dox your whole family, or she just threatened to?
She threatened to.
But she didn't, baby. So
I
why
don't
would you?
care. She threatened to do it. Okay, look at her. Look at her track record. She does these things. She does these things. So because she didn't like what I said, her response was, I'll get with Dovey, get all your information, and dox you and your whole family. Now, that's a threat from a person who does follow through on this type of behavior. Yes or no?
Are you asking me?
Oh, excuse me. Yes. Does she not follow? Haven't you seen her
I've
follow
seen a
through on
dox
behavior
people,
docs?
yeah. Yeah, I've
Okay.
seen you do that.
So if she threatened to do something that she's known to do, why would I not take that seriously?
Well, just read my book because she just threatened you.
What
People
do you
threaten.
mean just threat? She threat? Okay, and I don't take it as an empty threat.
Okay,
I
so I
take
mean, you
all threats as
can.
threats.
Okay, well, that's your right, baby. Listen, I'm not
Mm-mm.
to here to say you wrong. You followed through with something that you considered a threat that would have brought you some harm, even though it didn't happen. You just did a precautionary thing, right?
Yes, I mean, if you
Okay.
threaten to shoot someone just because you didn't get to their house yet, don't mean,
Right.
but they didn't shoot you. Shit, they
Exactly.
still threaten to shoot you. They just didn't get there yet.
Okay. That's how you
Yeah,
took the
mm-mm,
time.
mm-mm.
I think shit is just getting real blurred lines over here. And I'm not talking about you in direct, but you see
Yeah.
how people too, being over here makes people kind of paranoid too. Because you see so much sick, simple shit over here. It makes you be on a defense, you know? So even though she didn't, you saying, hey shit, she threatened me, so I went on and pressed charges. Just in
Uh-huh.
case that happens. Oh,
And
okay.
guess what? I did mine before all of this talk that people are talking about. I'm just hearing all of this talk now. I didn't jump on anybody's bandwagon. The minute she did it, I took that clip. I
Mm-hmm.
took that clip and I forwarded it, and then I forwarded it twice.
Okay.
Then I had my phone call with my attorney. I sure did.
Yeah, this shit over here, and I ain't talking about this shit is just getting crazy where people, I was threatened on here. You heard I was threatened on here. I was
I
threatened
was
on
on
here.
here when you got
when-
threatened. That was crazy.
Yeah, the same person, one not JD, but the other one, Dovey threatened me. Then Kwani threatened, and you have a valid point there. Don't get me wrong. I would just hope that this is some bullshit that they do down here and they stop making all these threats because I think what I did, like I said, you just surprised me when you said that. See, I didn't know that. And you didn't have to
Mhm.
say that. You didn't have to say that. And I'm not here to judge you. You did
Yeah.
what you felt was necessary because you felt at some point you might have been in danger. I don't like Kwani and Dovey. That shit don't bother me. It don't bother me whether they threaten me. But of course, I could have turned around, especially when you threatened me with a nugget, a pow pow. I could have
Okay.
definitely shut your shit down, and I could move like that. But I just
Mhm.
find that that's wolf tickets. They do that shit all the time. But then again, too, I guess we have to be more serious because we have some people here with mental issues that probably
Exactly.
follow through. So I get what you're saying. I respect what you're saying. I just didn't know that happened.
Yeah.
Shit, I didn't know that happened with you and JD.
Sure did. I can tell you where to go find it.
No, I don't. I don't even want to. I don't even want to
And
find
look,
it.
and see, that's the
I'm
whole
sorry it
thing too.
happened.
We were having such a good time.
Yeah.
We were having a fun life, honey. That was like a marathon life almost. And it wasn't it that's not what it was supposed to be. It was
Uh-huh.
just a little something, and we wound up all having such a good time
Mhm.
that we were just talking and talking and talking until she brought her ass up.
Mhm.
Now, even then, It was still good, even with her, because everybody's just talking, nobody's at each other. But it's not long before she has to spin, turn that clock around. So she spin the spinner,
Mm-hmm.
and it just went that way. And even then, I tried to keep it lighthearted, and I threw a couple of jokes or whatever, and
Mm-hmm.
but then she wouldn't stop. Now,
Mm-hmm.
this is all something that she brought on, and she hit that panel at least 4 more times. I
Let me
guarantee you.
let me ask you something. Do you think the people over here are getting too soft, running to the law like this now? Like
No,
where did
I
this
think
begin at?
I think it's long overdue, and here's why.
Really?
See, the reason why people continue the behavior they continue is because they're getting away with it. See, if somebody had put a stop the first time to some of these types of things, people would have looked and said, "Hey, I'm not doing that. Look what happened. I'm not going to do that." Since
Uh-huh.
you can't govern yourself,
Mm-hmm.
see, that is what the laws are. Everybody's got to follow a rule somewhere. When you're children, they're called rules. When you're an adult, they're called laws. Same thing. There are things that we all have to follow,
Let me
and nobody is exempt.
let me ask you something. That's like I said, you did what you feel is necessary. I don't agree or disagree because if you felt like you was in danger or your family was in danger of being on social media, their information being put out that you didn't authorize, then
Mhm,
okay. Um, but when we sit amongst this stuff, and I want to make sure I ask this right that we don't get,
mhm,
but we all are here and we see people do worse shit than this, and we're in
mhm.
their chat supporting them, cash apping them, super chatting, rah rah, giving them a click in the view. What makes it a boundary crossing? Where did
Okay.
she cross the boundary when she's been doing that? You've been in places she's been doing.
Uh huh.
You never had a problem with it.
Yes, I did.
So you've always spoken out when JD did things
Yeah,
like
yeah. I
this?
said, yeah.
Oh,
I've never cared for that behavior. That's
oh,
why I don't even. I don't fool with the girl. I don't.
wow.
And I even told her that too. I said, you know what? And here's the thing. I actually still have a subscription to her. I remember, look, and this was years ago. I subscribed to her channel. I was just floating around one day, early morning stuff, floating
Mhm,
around one day, and
mhm,
she was on, and there was her, and I don't even remember who the other people were, and they had a pretty good conversation going, and it,
mhm,
it was it was nice. And I
mhm,
remember that the reason why I went to her channel is because she was on someone else's channel, and they said, "Well, here's so and so's channel. Y'all can go check them out." And
mhm,
there was a nice, good conversation going on, and I liked it, and I subscribed. When I tell you the very next time she had something going on, that shit sounded so crazy. I said, "Oh, no, this girl is not for me."
mhm.
And I just left it alone. When I see Jay Dunn,
Okay.
I don't even speak in the chat. We don't
Mhm,
argue, we don't fight. Now, if we wind up on the same panel, I say hello, and that is
mhm,
it. She says hello, and that is it.
mhm.
It's been that way for years, Miss Tiva.
Okay. I don't.
So yeah, so we never had anything, but I've never cared for that behavior. Excuse me, yeah, there's quite a few behaviors of people I see I don't like, and I don't support them. I don't go to their channels.
Okay.
So I've never liked that.
Mhm,
And I've always felt to myself that, you know what, if she does not stop this, she's going to be in some trouble. I've even said that before to her. I'm like, you've got to take your own advice. You've got to stop doing these types of things. Well, she
mhm,
takes that as a challenge
mhm,
because she's got something going on with her.
mhm,
I've never been in support of that. So I'm not gonna say, oh well, now I draw the line because she did something to me. I
mhm,
drew the line when she was doing stuff to everybody else. Bambi, Intrinsic, look, James, look, Nick. There's been people. She said, look, she's been doing things for years.
mhm. Mm-hmm.
And I've never been in support of that. But that's why I don't fool with her. There's a lot of people around that I see in chats. I don't speak to them. They don't speak to me. We're not blocked from one another because we've never engaged with one another. And there's no need for us to say hello to one another. I don't support the crazy things that they do. I just don't. So, and I also don't go over there. But just because I see you in the chat, or we might happen to be on the same panel, click a link, um, that doesn't constitute a relationship between us.
So you moved in silence, and that's what I think people should do if they they move in silence. These people come out here, oops, excuse me, and talk too much. Kimberly has a question. She said, "Was it civil or criminal?" Can you ask that? Can you
No, I'm not doing all of that. I said what I
Okay.
said. I ain't telling nothing.
All right.
But I did see something in the chat that I wanted to say. I can't see it now, but it was by Free Thinker. I believe it said,
I'm putting it on the screen now. This?
No, not that. There was something else.
I don't take threats lightly, but I'm not going back and forth with anyone.
It's by Free Thinker. It's go up a
These
little.
clowns get on my nerve, talk all kinds of ish, and go cry to the police to lock someone up.
There's another one. Another one.
Oh shit! Hold on, cause she been talking a lot. So hold on, Free
Yeah,
Thinker.
it went up. I can't roll it back down.
Is it up?
Up to the top, like going. If you scroll up towards the.
Correct. You don't owe them a two. Oh no,
No,
yeah.
lower than
Lower. So do you have it? You said no. Free Thinker said, but you went to the law over words. That's
it. That's it. Yes, I went to the law over words. Because, okay, think of this. Words. I'm going to blow your head off. That's words. Now, no, she did not say that to me, but is that not words? So please don't mince words with this. Come on, let's be real.
Some of this shit over here is getting ridiculous. Not talking about
it is. And see, had somebody
ridiculous because a lot of people have talked shit to people on here and they haven't taken it off the line. People come over here, you know the environment, you know what it gives, and if you're a part of it, you're a part of it. But you are entitled to do what you feel would make you safe.
Look, if you would keep it on talk, if you wanted to just talk shit, hell, we can talk. If that's what you want to do,
shit.
Yeah, let's talk shit.
Baby, she didn't do it.
But don't threaten. No, she threatened to. But and the moment listen to me. The minute that she threatened to, I took the clip and sent it because I'm not playing with her. See, there's idle threats and then there's real threats. We have seen her throughout the years carry out on every threat she has said. What makes me think that she would not carry it out on me? Come on now. Let's be real about this thing.
I think you got another question, baby, because I guess you know what. Listen. I told you how I feel. I'm unbiased. I'm fair. If
look, I'm not trying to change nobody's mind.
Girl, that you felt threatened, you did what you had to do. A lot of this should be beat you to the punch type shit. See, and then you'll see where it go from there. But she said, "Have you ever threatened someone on this app?"
No. Who's it? No.
You've never threatened anyone on this app?
Threatened?
Yeah. Like I beat your ass, Dovey. I mean, just that's the only really interaction I've seen you had. You and Dovey going back and forth. You never threatened Dovey to kick her ass or to do something? Oh.
No, did not.
Okay, we can only control ourselves, right? Let me respect the chat. No, you good. No,
you just good, Free Thinker.
Just read my book is good. Let me tell you something. Anytime that a panelists feel uncomfortable or feel like somebody attacked, let Miss T know you're good. Y'all having words. You're asking her questions. Like I said, some people like JD. They go all out for JD. Some people don't like her and they go all out to go against her. So that's understandable, y'all. That's what it gives down here. We got to be honest.
That's the thing. I'm not going all out to do anything.
I know you did what you had to do.
Right. And that's what this was an individual thing. Like I said, I did this before all of this stuff that everybody's talking about right now. I had already done mine. This was 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
Or no, this was 3 weeks ago. So I actually did mine before everybody else. And okay, and I didn't come on here and make an announcement because it's not an announcement to be made. However, the minute that she made her threat, I
Mm-hmm.
told her what I was going to do.
Yeah, that's fucked up. All this
I told
document
her.
shit. Yeah. Yeah, you better talk about Miss C. Yeah, it's kind of messed up. It's going to make people very leery to say anything. And it could put the beef sector in a position where, people ain't going to even come on here and go back and forth with people and drag and roast and gag and whatever that
You
bullshit
see,
they
if
call.
it was just words, it would have been okay.
But
We
it's
could have
but
sat
when
there
you
and
dragging
did
and
that.
roasting, when you dragging and roasting and what is it,
Yeah.
gagging, you are using words. Oh,
Yeah. And
you
that's fine if that's where you're gonna keep
but
it.
listen, this is a threat. Oh, you fat motherfucker, I'll pull over there and snatch the wheels from underneath your wheelchair. You stinking bitch. So those are words. Those are threats.
No,
That's what they
no,
do over here.
no. But okay, so let's look at this again.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay. If this was just a rag session or whatever, you gonna talk
Mhm.
shit and I'm gonna talk shit, we gonna back and forth with it. Okay, let it be that. But when you threaten to take it offline, when you threaten to dox my family, when
Mhm.
you threaten to pull up to my house, if you threaten, see now those are threats. Now if you tell me you're gonna put grease on my walker tips, I mean, shit. I mean, yeah, I know you ain't gonna do that,
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
when you talk about other things and things that you're known for doing, no,
Mhm.
that's
Okay.
valid. That's
I see
valid.
what you're saying.
And the
It's a
reason
valid
why
thing.
she feels she continues to do this is because up until this point, up until the point where Bambi and Intrinsic did what they had to do, Bambi, up
Mhm.
until that point, she had been doing it and getting away with it because nobody ever pursued it. So,
Mhm.
every time you get away with something, you
Mhm.
get bigger and bigger in the head.
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay. And you
Mhm.
keep going and you keep going and you keep going. And
Mhm.
something's got to give. You keep on. Now, if she had gotten her wrist slapped that first time
Mhm.
and it stung hard enough, that would have been it. But because she's been doing it for so long, she don't give a damn.
Mhm.
Nobody's gonna do anything to her, so she thought.
Mhm.
Okay, so then what happens? She's got these charges with Bambi. All right, so she's going, okay, instead of her saying, you know what, I need to, even if she don't want to rethink herself, she can say, let me just shut my mouth while I'm on probation. I'm just not gonna mention this girl's name, I'm not gonna do
And
anything.
she never mentioned it. She
No, no,
never
no.
mentioned her name.
Okay, hold on.
So
I'm not
let's
gonna
leave her
mention it.
out of because she
Yeah,
never
listen,
mentioned
I'm not
Bambi's
gonna
name
mention this
before.
girl's name.
Right. She
I'm not
didn't.
gonna mention, yeah, I'm not gonna mention anything about her. I'm not gonna bring up the subject. Nothing's gonna be, there's no subliminals, right? Okay, she said, I'm not gonna do any of that. But
Mhm.
then here's what she did. She found a way in her mind. That hamster in that wheel was turning, and she found a way through those damn squeaks to say, okay, you know what? I said I wasn't going to do any of that on my channel, but that doesn't mean that I can't throw subliminals over here. That doesn't mean I can't do. So she would, at one point, she knew just how far to go and where to stop. Okay. But then she felt so cocky. She felt like, well, I can get away with that too. Okay. Let me go a little bit further. She went back to starting to do stuff to other people, and
Mhm.
it was happening and nothing happened, no repercussions. So it's like, well, shoot, I can go back to my old behavior. As long as I don't say her name, I can do everything I want to do and say what I want to say about everybody else and just throw subliminals at her, as long as I don't do it on my channel.
Mhm.
Oh, well, I can do this. Well, as long as I don't show my face, they can't tell it's me. That's an avatar. That's not me. Instead of her just saying, let me sit the hell back, she found ways to justify. She played semantics to find a way. She's looking for loopholes to get through shit. And that's what got her tagged up right now.
Mm.
That's what she's done. She's not looked at. She
Mm-hmm.
spends so much more thought and effort into getting around it instead of just going through it.
Mm-hmm.
And going through it wouldn't have required anything but shutting your damn mouth and putting your fingers under your ass. Just sit on your hands if you can't keep off the keyboard. You know how the teachers used to make you sit on your hands? You sit on, well, I don't know if you do, but you know they tell you don't bite your nails. They make you put your hands on it. You sit on your hands. Maybe she needs to sit on her hands and zip her lip, but she does not know how to do that. And she's not been made to do that. She has not suffered any consequences for not doing that. Look, I've been don't look. I used to say too much, say too many things,
Mm-hmm.
and repeat too much stuff. And I got a couple of pops in my damn chops, and that
Mm-hmm.
fixed that issue.
Mm-hmm.
It did. That fixed that issue.
Mm-hmm.
I rolled my eyes a couple of times. Guess what fixed that issue? A thump in the damn forehead.
Mm-hmm. Hold on, baby girl. Listen, I respect all who comes on here and speak their voice, their perspective, their opinion, their perception. It was a threat to her. She followed through with it and she kept it silent until today. I didn't know. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't know what was going on with Just Read My Book. The last confrontation I knew about, this is how I don't follow everybody, and all day I don't sit on freaking YouTube, okay? It was with her and Dobie. That's the last thing I knew of. I didn't know about this other thing. And nobody's treating it like she's harmless or, she's this, she's that. She's Jay Dunn. We all know what she have done. I don't give her a pass, nor do I give any fucking body else on here who does the same shit. She's just happened to be getting consequences thrown at her for her behavior. It is what it is. I don't respect no wrong. You know what I mean? So I don't watch React or comment on Jada because I don't watch her enough to have a real opinion. All doctors are dangerous. Anyone who threatens is dangerous. Anyone who sets people up is dangerous. Yeah, we got a lot of danger going on here, y'all. I'm just
Mm-hmm.
reading these. Hold on, baby girl. But everyone should feel safe online, but also log off and stop watching everything every minute, every day. Okay, y'all have a nice Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
I see you. I dropped the link, lovely love. Now you have the choice to come on or you can leave. I dropped the link, sweetheart. I can't follow all the chat. Okay, when I saw you say drop the link, I just dropped it. If you left because you thought I didn't want you on the link, I apologize. That's not what it was. I didn't see it until just now, and I dropped the link. I'm behind in the chat. Everybody can see. That's why I told Just Read My Book. Let me stop and read some of this. In my opinion, there are some things that are absolutely personal towards another one on here. Anything outside of the individuals involved are witnessing the things presented here publicly. Exactly. Girl, you know what I'm saying. You did your big one. That's your right. I got a problem with hypocrisy. Oh, your feeling, hold on. Oh shit, I blocked that person. Your feelings are valid. Just read my book right. Being on probation is a game changer, though. It is. I understand life with Jamila. I don't take most of what people say too seriously, but when people mention Dawson, I know you have done it before. I'm taking it seriously. And that's what Read My Book is saying. The only reason why she took it seriously is because she's known for her to do that type of thing. And so she was like, well, shit, let me protect mine and myself before it gets out of hand because she's known for doing stuff like that. So I understand you 100%, baby girl.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, what is the purpose of doxing after you find out? Right, what is the purpose? But they do it. I don't know. I'm sorry. Here go Lisa. I'm sorry, but when people lose in the war of words, they want to run to the police. I don't have sympathy for anyone in the B sector. They know what it gives. You pretend to have morals compass. You pretend to have a moral compass. I don't know who she's talking about because I have a moral compass. I don't think she's talking about me.
I don't know who that is
No, I
either.
don't think she's talking about us. Okay. So I dropped the link. I think lovely love shit. I'm so behind. I don't know what to do. I dropped the link though. If she left on her own. If she, whatever. She's not a child. No, she's not a child. It's the hypocrisy for me. Let me go back to the clouds. People really have the internet stuff mixed up with real life. They really do. Wrong is wrong. That's it. And that's all. Money don't fix all problems. We could think the same for you, and I'm not being disrespectful. Everyone has a right to their own feelings, and that's being threatened. See, and that's what I say. This is what I say. We all have a right to our own feelings. Some is for, some against. I'm not promoting it either way. I'm just saying that a lot of times people band together here, and this is not to you just read my book because we just found
Mm-hmm.
out we did that. But some people band together to go after people they don't like. And here's the craziest part: you will be used to go after people, or you will go after people because you hyped up for some reason. And what'll happen is those very same people who's rooting and cheering you on will turn against you. I mean, will turn against you shortly because nothing lasts on here. There's no really solidified relationships on here to me. Now, that's just to me from what I see. From what I see.
I feel
So,
you on that one.
so to me, you never know when they gonna turn. You say you moved in silence by yourself, but I'm talking about if
Mhm.
other people are getting together, moving
Yeah,
together to bring harm. That's a different story.
yeah.
And I would not do that. You did the right thing. If you wanted to pursue something, you did it on your own. But to band together with people because you don't like a particular person, them same
Okay,
mofos who
let me
banding together to attack you, they don't like your ass either. Go ahead, just read my
right.
book.
Now let me ask you this. So, how do you feel about? Do you feel as though people are just jumping on the bandwagon and conspiring to get her locked up, or do you think that these people have valid reasons?
I
You think
don't know. You know what? Like I said, baby, some of the people that these people are mentioning, I don't know because I don't
oh
watch
yeah.
them. See,
Okay.
so I don't. The only thing that I ever know that I really could be honest that I saw happen was the other day what I told y'all that I saw happen on a platform where she was chilling with someone and someone jumped up there and she got really angry and she got mad at the host, the channel holder, and she got down and they thought it was so funny that they had chased her down. But to me, she was trying to avoid or interaction with someone, I guess, had legally done something in writing or posed a letter. And so she got down, and to me, it looked like the other person was antagonizing. Now, for what I do see is I do see the other person around with the person who has some type of litigations with JD now. I do see that. You see what I'm saying? So
Yes.
it looks like it's more people than one. But like I said, you may be laughing and you may be conspiring, and I'm just saying this. You may be working together or whatever the cause may be, but the shit's gonna turn around, flip on you, because no one here is safe. No one here is loyal. No one here is solid. And you heard it from me for the millionth.
Well, now I'm not gonna say that I'm a loyal person, and I feel like you're a loyal person. Now I don't feel. I
I,
don't know. There's something that makes me feel like you are. I trust you for some reason. I do.
well, now
Um,
that you being sticky like that.
no, I mean,
No, I know what you're saying,
no,
baby. But what I mean that these people that we see, come on, let's be real here. These people that we see that
they,
work
they
together,
don't form true bonds. We see, we
exactly.
got bullshit. They don't have no real
Exactly.
true
My
bonds.
shit be legit. Whoever I'm behind the
Right,
scenes with and I have a friendship or relationship, our shit never come on here. And we done had disagreements. It
right,
never comes on here.
right.
Two of these people in the chat that I talk to, I've never heard nothing I said, and we don't always talk about YouTube. We talk about their family, their lives, my life, what's going on,
Exactly.
so no, and will I get behind the scenes? And they don't even work like that. So I'm very
No.
careful on who I select as to have YouTube ships with. But what we do see, excuse me, what we do see is the same shit happens with the same people. So just like you said, you felt threatened because you seen her follow through on other people. I see the same shit that happens to other people, and it makes me say, "Nah, I'm good. I'm
Right.
good." So that's what I mean when I say that. The
I
views and
got you.
opinions expressed by apparel guests herein is our views and opinions of the individual speaking. They are not the opinions. Thank you so much, Kimberly Black. Appreciate it. But
Do
when
you know how many things I have turned down? People wanted to mail me stuff. I'm like, oh hell no.
yeah, I don't want to be bothered with that.
Don't mail me anything. And you know what? And that bothers me for myself. because here's the reality of it for me. A very big part of me, Ra, is if someone feels in their heart that there's something that they saw something and they said, you know what, this is her. I like this. I want to give this to her. Is for me to accept it. But now there's a part of me that says, nope, they're just trying to get your mailing address so they can get your shit, girl. See what I mean?
See, so that's why I said we becoming paranoid, right? Like
But is it paranoia or is it caution? It's caution for me.
It's caution. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Let's correct that. It's caution because we've seen so many people do things. I'm telling you, I used to Cash App. I stopped Cash App, and now I'm going to go get a card and set it up just for Cash Apps that's not linked to my shit. Because I done heard in other sectors, and I heard here that people are now able to somehow get your personal information on the Cash App. And I feel bad because sometimes I really do want to reach out and Cash App people, and I want people to Cash App me if they feel the need to, without feeling like, hey, I don't know. I ain't gonna Cash App nobody because I don't know. So it's caution. You right. Thank you, baby, for the correction. It's caution, not paranoia. But it could send you into it can send you into a state of paranoia as well.
Yes.
Thank you.
It sure can, because then you're going to look at everything like that. Everything. It's like, you know what? I'm going to tell you something about myself. You're going to laugh because I laughed. I laughed and then I got sad, then I laughed again.
Who's deleting comments? Hold on. Who deleted your comment, baby? Who deleted your comment, free thinker? I think everyone here is being respectful because everyone here knows how what type of decorum we have here. No one is respecting me, I hope, or just read my book, but they have freedom to speak. So please don't block them if they have just an opinion. Just read my book already says she's not offended, and neither am I.
No.
Go ahead, baby girl.
I must miss
Go ahead, just read my book.
Okay. Oh, where was I? It's gone.
That's what happens to us. I'm sorry, sweetheart, for over talking you.
No, you didn't.
Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna tell you something. Oh yeah, I remember what it was now. I was ordering from Instacart. So you place your order, and they send you a little confirmation. Ding. Okay. Oh, that was right on time, wasn't it?
Like now, they send you a confirmation.
Yeah. So they send you a confirmation. So with that they tell you what time to expect your delivery.
Right.
Okay. So then I'm sent this thing from Instacart that says that I get a free digital coupon for $10 off of any order $35 or less. Now, with what I have with my membership, I don't have to order $35. I'm not $35 or less, $35 or more. I don't have to order $35. I have a $10 minimum because I pay a higher membership, right? So since they sent me the $10 off on a $10 minimum order, and my order was only like $15, I should have been paying $5, right? With some tax.
Hold on. Go ahead, baby girl. I just want to make sure it's out, my friend. One of my good online Judies. That's you, really, B?
Yeah, it's me.
Okay,
I don't know why it's not showing my avatar.
Really
hey, y'all. Am I echoing or anything? I'm in my car.
You're not echoing. Go ahead, finish reading my book. Go ahead, baby.
So I'll speed it up. So I'm thinking I should be paying about $5. Well, I go to check out, and it wants to take out $35. I'm like, well, the first thing that popped out of my mouth was, "Oh, this is a play. It's a setup." I'm like, what the hell? And I went back, I backed out the app and came back. Not the app, I backed out to the screen and came back through the screen.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't click the apply now, the apply code button. But why was it the first thing out of my mouth was, this is a play,
Yeah.
this is a setup?
Because I'm showing you how this plays programming us.
Yeah, I'm like, what the hell? I've never used those words. Why? How? Instacart ain't playing me and setting me up.
Yeah,
Why would
I
that
do
come
the
out
same
my mouth?
thing. I do the same thing. What's up, really big TV?
Hey, y'all.
Now, you don't
Thank you
jump
for.
on panels.
I don't, and and I probably shouldn't say. I probably shouldn't have jumped on here, but I've really been watching this all week, and I am really, really confused. And maybe I'm missing something. So if I'm missing something, please, somebody enlighten me.
Mhm.
But, and I'm not talking about Jay Dunn specifically. So I want to be clear. I'm talking about the situation. I think that people, and I understand you like who you like, and when you like somebody, whether you mean to or not, you have a bias, and I get that. And I don't have any beef with anybody because y'all know I don't even really do
Yeah.
beef, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm confused about what we're confused about because here is somebody, and I understand what people are saying. Well, in this instance, what did she do? Well, first of all, nobody knows what she did.
I'm
So
trying
a
to
lot of
figure out.
we're making a lot of assumptions about what the police report says. What, you know what I mean? We're, at least at least the last I heard, we didn't know. The last I heard, nobody knew, and Benzone wasn't saying. So we're making a lot of assumptions based on what we don't know. People say, "Oh, it's just words." Oh, we don't know that because we don't know what that woman put in the paperwork. As far as I know now, if we know, somebody correct me. So when people say, "Oh, it's just words," "Oh, it's just words," people can get restraining orders for words.
Okay.
Good
You
point.
you can go to jail for words. You can get expelled. A teenager, y'all know I'm a teacher. You can get expelled from school for words.
Yeah.
Come on.
It's called making a terroristic threat. And I'm not saying that that's what Jay Dunn did. Again, I'm talking in general terms. So when people are like, "Oh well, it's just words," and it's just YouTube and this, and I think people need to. And somebody said this in the chat too. People need to understand that once upon a time, the internet was the wild, wild west because there were no laws and there was no regulation. But that's changing now. People are putting laws in place. States are putting laws in place for cyber stalking and doing things online. That's why YouTube has tightened up the way it has. Anybody that does YouTube, you guys know. That's why YouTube has. Just read my book. You've been around for a long time. You know the kind of stuff that y'all could get away with when y'all first started doing YouTube. You can't do now.
Right.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, again, I'm not talking about Jay Dunn. I'm saying in general. And I know that we like to be down in the beef sector. And, oh well, it's just words, and that's what we do. We in the beef sector. We beefing. That's true. But let's not conflate the fact that somebody absolutely can file charges. We saw it happen with James. You know. I mean, whether the person was successful or not, that's not the point. The point was charges were filed. So I just think that until people really know what the paperwork says, people are making a lot of assumptions about what Jay Dunn did or did not do. And I'm not saying that people can't support Jay Dunn or people can't have their opinion, but I just think that some of the comments that are being made are just confusing to me. But I'm on the outside looking in. I mean, I hang out down here,
You
but
just made a valid point. No, because we really don't know what the hell is. That's why I say I don't want to believe this, and I don't believe that this is a play or something. But nobody has seen a warrant. I just need to know what's in the warrant or what's being said. I did say that earlier.
that's what I'm saying. I don't know what. So
because I don't know. I don't really know. Is there really warrants? I believe so. I don't think.
Well, Jay Dunn said there was. Jay Dunn said there was.
Okay. And we don't know what's in the warrant, right? You don't know why this lady filed these criminal charges.
We don't know. We don't know. So when people say, "Oh, it's just words," it's just words, and I know that some people are like, "Oh, well, it's certain people that band together to come after her." Well, again, I'm not saying Jay Dunn is guilty in this instance, but I am going to say, when you have a reputation, you make it easy. If you are known to be a thief. If you're known to be a thief and you get invited to a party and something come up missing, guess who the first person they're gonna look at is? Whether you stole it or not, you're gonna be the number one suspect.
That's right.
Exactly. Good point. Good point.
So again, this is not personal. I don't have no DJ. I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm just talking in general, and I'm just been very interesting. It's been very, very interesting to watch. But anyway, but thank you for letting me come up. I just had to say that. I just had to get it off my chest, child. I had to get it off my chest.
I appreciate it. I'm glad you did, because you're right. Shit, we don't really know what happened, what the charges are, so we don't know if it's serious, if it was just. But you are absolutely right, and there's a lot of people like words are very powerful. And so
somebody else brought up a good point. Somebody else brought up a good point in the chat too. I think that people are forgetting Jay Dunn was already on probation, which also makes her a little more vulnerable to these kinds of things as well. You already on papers.
Yes, and violating your terms of probation for what you're on probation for. This is the reason why she's on probation.
And again, because I don't know what the paperwork says, I don't know if she violated anything. But what I'm saying is, because she is on probation, she made herself, she was even more vulnerable to whatever.
She violated her probation because once.
Well, I don't know that. I don't know that.
Well, I'm gonna tell you how I know.
Okay.
Now I've heard a certain number of states. I don't know how many states are actually filed there. I know there's rumors of how many different states she's supposed to have charges in, but I know for a fact of 2 states that the charges are filed, and because her probation is in the state of Florida, probation violation is an automatic year. Now, if she had less than a year to go, they would tell her you're just going to finish out your term. But the fact that she is a repeat offender at this point, and she's violating the same terms of what got her there in the first place, she's going to have to do that automatic year in the state of Florida. Now, I don't know what's going on with the other states or whatever, because I know I've heard other people say what they've done, but I know what I've done, and I know that yes, she's broken the law. And you cannot, as terms of your probation, you cannot break the law. I mean, you can't jaywalk. If you get a parking ticket, damn near, it just depends on what your probation officer feels like doing. But at this point, they've been so overridden with emails and phone calls and all of this. These people are tired, and they're gonna make an example of her.
Okay.
And I really feel for her, even though she's fucked up. I feel like this is gonna be an opportunity for her to get the help that she needs. Because I don't have sympathy now. Don't get me wrong there. I don't have sympathy and all of that there. But you gotta help. You can't help but feel for somebody who doesn't have control over their own damn mouth.
Shit. Well, then we might as well start getting cases on everybody, because there's a lot of people down here who need help. And I hope they get the help they need before they switch on.
But do they threaten? But do they?
Oh, they do a whole hell of a lot too. They all do a whole hell of a lot too, baby. We hear threats all the time. Just read my book. This ain't new to us. We hear it, but Really B made a great point. I'm glad that you made that point, because now that you say that, Really B, I don't know what she have charges on her for, what happened, but I do know it is a violation of her probation if she has a warrant on her. And most likely, I don't know about exactly what's going to happen, but I do know that she probably will have to spend the time that they told her if she violated, the X amount of days or something she might have to be. She might have
Have
to
to
spend in
carry out.
jail. Yeah, she have to carry out. That's normally how it goes. Is the amount of time that they saying, you know, hey, when you violated, if you had 100 more days left, then you'll have to spend time in jail for 100 more days. But it's just this simple too. Logging off and moving around is simple, you know. And like I said, I'm not defending in no mean. I'm being unbiased. I just think that everybody do fucked up shit on here, and everyone has a chance or have put themselves. Not everyone. I hate to use general terms like that,
Because everyone
but
does.
everyone hasn't. But it's been a lot of content creators that we know. A lot of people who have done some messed up shit, made terroristic threats as well, made threats. We have seen them dox and do everything, and they're still standing. And it is a point where sometimes you have to show people to make them believe that you're not playing. And this is just one of those cases, because she have done some things around here. But like with Jamila, also made it a point to say too that hold on, she says something that I wanted to say up here right here. This is the problem I have. This is a problem I have. Like you say, you did it and you did it on your own. But this lady says she witnessed, like what Jamila said, the live I saw was to get content creators and supporters to write letters. I don't mind if it's how you feel, but malicious intent is what I don't like. And not knowing what really the warrant is for simply is, was it with good intent? Just like when they call uppity
Yeah, now I didn't even see that live. Who did that live?
when I don't know, but she witnessed it, and that's what I heard. So that
Okay.
was pieces of the commentary, just like when they call uppity live, people that
I
uppity
didn't like that.
people didn't agree with me when I said it. But my thing is, if you're doing it for the love of the child and for protection of the child, I'm 100% behind. But again,
That
if you
wasn't their
did it
motive.
for
Those people
malicious
didn't care about their
intent,
child.
right? If you did it for malicious intent, that's where the problem lie with me, because I'm a real person. And
Right.
those people are real people. And so if you're doing something because you don't like the way they get up here and act, and they haven't done anything directly to you, and you support the malicious intent bullshit or the ganging up, the conspiracy, or whatever they want to call, then I have a problem with that. Okay, baby. Thank you so much. You made a valid point. We don't know what the hell she did or what's the violation for. But it's a criminal charge, so we don't know. So, you know, that's the problem I have, y'all. Not with
Yeah.
anything that she's going to get penalized for, because again, she's a grown woman who has control of herself. I can't control her. You know, I can't tell her to stop. The only
See,
thing
that's the thing. She doesn't have control, and that's what she needs help with. She doesn't have self control. She cannot stop. It doesn't matter what you say or what you do. I know you've seen her. You cannot stop her. You have, you know what? You handle her so nicely.
who?
You handle Jay Dunn so nicely. You're like, okay, well, let's. You know how you are. You know how you handle people. You're like, okay, so we're not gonna. So she's got a respect for you, where she's not gonna continue to keep on until she drills that point home to drop what she wants to drop. Because before then, either she'll stop or you might say, okay, so thank you, bye. Whatever. You handle it so well, but some people don't. And here's the thing. But there's some people who don't want to. They want her to do all of that. They use her to do all of that. And that helps that it feeds the monster. Mz.Teavalocity, it feeds the monster. And then, and then it's like she'll keep dropping money, and people will say, yeah, girl, you're right. That's right. Tell her. And they'll let her do all kinds of things that they know they shouldn't engage. Even just the fact that you can't control what a person says, but it's your channel, it's your platform. Why are you letting all of this go on? Even if you don't care for the person that she's talking about, you say you like her. Why don't you just say, look, okay, that's enough. But see, she knows who and who not to try. She knows whose channel to go on and how far she can push that ball and not push it.
Well, I just call it a level of respect. We have a mutual respect. Monty,
Yeah.
what's happening? We just have a mutual respect. But let me tell you something.
Because she knows you're not going to play with her.
But again, anytime somebody feel like the need to disrespect me, they go come down here and do it on their platform. But they not going to do it on my platform because I do have control of this channel and it is my channel. Go ahead, Monty. What's up, baby girl? This is my
Well, what I came up here to talk about is the probation and all of that, right? So the thing about probation is you cannot come in contact with any police or anything, right? And even it depends, you might be drug tested. You can't turn to alcohol because you're over 21. They put so many stipulations on you, right?
You rather go to
It's
jail?
almost, huh?
Go ahead.
What'd you say?
I thought you said you'd rather go to jail than to be on probation.
Heck yeah, I'd rather go to jail than be on probation.
I don't want to do either one.
I don't want to do either one, but if I'm given a choice of 30 days in jail or 3 years of probation, Monty will sit down and read about 45 books in 30 days and come out a better person. Yes, I will. Oh, yes, I will not do probation ever again. And the reason I tell you that is it's so easy to get caught up, right? Now, if I was on paperwork myself, I would not come to the beef sector because the moment I make one slip up and they know I'm on paperwork, anybody that don't like me is at liberty to make a call on me and get me in trouble. All it takes is for them to call. And if your probation officer deem it a violation, period, you don't even have to pick up a new charge. You could pick up a violation. If your probation officer say that you violated, right? They don't come right away and pick you up from your house. That's not how it go. You gotta at some point check in with your probation officer or check in with the court. At that time, they gonna bring up that charge or that violation, and that's when all of it starts. So right now, it might actually be a warrant, but it's no action on the warrant, right? But if she come in contact with police right now, they could absolutely take her to jail and hold her until either Florida or Alabama come pick her up. And that could be 10 days, right? If they don't pick her up and they don't violate her, then she could go back home.
So
but a violation could be as simple as someone calling and placing a complaint against you. If that's the same complaint that you are, like, say, for example, I'm on a drug charge and somebody called and say, I saw her smoking. My probation officer could then say, come down and test. If I test dirty, that's a violation.
Yeah, I know.
You see what I'm saying? But that don't mean because I violated and I tested dirty that day, I go right to jail. The judge is going to choose how long I go to jail. So it's still a court proceeding and all of that has to happen before you actually do your time. And they could also say, if she have a job, get your affairs in order and turn yourself in. So you might not even still go to jail the day that you get violated.
But you may not even go to jail either.
And it might be as simple as community service. It might be a weekend in jail because you work Monday through Friday. You got to turn yourself in every weekend until your time is done. It could be take a vacation and sit your butt down and do it consecutively. They give you options.
Depending on your state.
Depending on your state, depending on your charge, depending on your probation officer, depending on the prosecutor, depending on the judge. It's a lot of depending on.
You know what, too? I think over here we make commentary and assume and just say different. I don't know if they go out their way. I'm telling you, and I know this shit is serious. Don't get me wrong, by making threats and all this stuff. We don't even know, really BTV just broke it down to us. We don't even know what it is. We just know it's supposedly be warrants and a violation of her probation, right? We really don't know, so we can't say. But we just, like I said, the advice I give, and I'm gonna stick to it. Stay off YouTube, go handle
Yeah.
your business, and then
Yeah.
come back at with new learned behavior, because this not cutting it for you. Everybody don't like us. So, like you said, Monty, when people knew that she was on probation and she came and told everybody, which no one would have known unless you come out here and tell. That's what I said. Too many people come out here and talk their business. No one really would have known unless she came out here and told, right? Because I never heard from the other party, which that she got the probation from. I don't think she ever came out here and said something. I don't see her around much, Bambi, right? But she came out here and told her business. So she gave these people ammunition to fight her with. So
Absolutely.
sometimes people like just read my book, did just drop T, what they would call T. I don't care. Again, she did what she felt was necessary, but however, she moved in silence. These people don't move in silence. They want to be part of the show so bad. They come up and tell all their goddamn business. You ain't gonna know nothing about me that I don't want you to know. Nothing about me, my kids are not. You could do whatever you want. I will never come out here and tell you shit about that, because this is not my real world. This is just a form of entertainment and commentary I do. My real life is private. And these people come on here and they need so much attention. They don't care what type of attention they get. They run and tell all their business. I wouldn't have never known she was on probation if she didn't come tell it.
For me, it don't matter whether she on probation or not. I wouldn't do anything to further her journey down that road. I don't believe in harming nobody in that way. So for me, it's just about her conducting herself and her monitoring herself to keep
Exactly.
herself safe. You know what I'm saying? Protect yourself at
Absolutely.
all costs. You know what I mean? And I
Yeah.
think that's what we kind of don't do here. Sometimes it could be by sharing our information, right? We not protecting ourselves, or by the behavior that we're displaying, we not protecting ourselves. You have to figure out what work for you. If you're going to be here, then you might need to change behavior. If you not going to change the behavior, you might need to go away for a little while. But you need to protect yourself. Like, that's where I kind of come from. As an adult, it's her responsibility to protect herself, just like it's our responsibility to protect ourselves. And I can't tell nobody when they should feel threatened or fearful or anything else, right? But at the same time, I feel like we need to be careful with how we treat each other
Exactly.
in real life. This is an app. We
Mm-hmm.
I grew up with the sticks and stones to break my bones, words that never hurt me, right? And I know that it's cliche, and I know it's no truth to it, because words are very harmful, right?
Oh, exactly.
But we
Powerful.
subject ourselves to this.
Mm-hmm.
This is not right in front of us. This
Mm-hmm.
is something we click on and click off of. So if it's abuse or abusive, or you feel unappreciated, or you know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm-hmm.
you're making that choice.
Mm-hmm.
You choosing that. And I have an issue with adults choosing certain things for themselves and then crying victim, or trying to touch people in their real lives. That's where I kind of feel like it's hypocrisy, because we are all down here. We all know what's going on down here. We feed into it, we play into it, but at the same time, I shouldn't be fearful that it's gonna touch my real life.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where I think, the lines kind of get blurred for
Word.
some, because some of us do have things to lose.
Mm-hmm.
I have a question. Now, I understand what you're saying about us protecting ourselves. Yes, don't put your information out there. Don't tell your business. We protect ourselves. What about those who really go to the extremes to keep ourselves protected, just to have someone go and dig it up? At what point do you put a stop to that? If people
Well,
go,
in your case, you did what you had to do.
Mm-hmm.
But you
yes,
keep
but
yourself
that's just
protected.
me. What about other people?
That's up to other people to do what they have to do. I know what yeah. It's up to other people. There's means, yeah. And if people want to spend money, they could spend money. If they have legal counsel, they could use legal counsel to do whatever is necessary to retaliate against someone who violated your rights. And you did what you had to do, but you moved in silence. That's what I'm saying. The
Right.
difference is you moved in silence. People moving and it seems like group forms. And that's the problem I was having. Not that I'm
Or
defending anything she
Okay.
did.
Yeah, I got you. I
I think
understand.
with this situation too, what a lot of people feel like Jadon was provoked, and that it's not fair for you to kind of like pick and prod at her and poke the bear, knowing how she fight, and then being like, "Oh, I'm gonna go put paperwork on you." I think that's what I'm kind of getting from people saying that
I told
Benzone
you what I
threatened her
mean.
first and challenged her to a fight and all of that, knowing Jay Dunn is not gonna fight with her fist. She's gonna fight with doxing or other ways, right? But
Mm-hmm,
people don't want their personal lives touched in that way. So
mm-hmm,
you can't poke and prod her in your way. Then
mm-hmm.
when she fight back in her way, you run to the law. I have an issue with that. Had Benzone never threatened her, I feel like, okay, maybe it's some validity there.
It
But
is
for
validity.
me, it do feel a little bit of a setup,
I
in
tell
my
you,
opinion.
I saw some stuff transpire on here. That's why I said I think I feel this way. I don't think I know I feel this way because I'm seeing shit a little deeper and different in my perspective, right? Because I saw that girl jump down off that platform and that other girl continue to laugh at her and poke at her and ooh, ha, I'm just back. I have that much power. I got people shook. And she just kept on, kept on, kept on. And then like I said, Ronnie Q jumped up there and went into defense mode for JD because she saw what was happening, or Ronnie Q was already up there. And then she started going after the other lady because she saw what was happening. I saw what was happening as well. Now I saw that. Then I also witnessed some other stuff. And that's why I say I think that perhaps it was a little provocative. And unfortunately,
Mhm.
some people who get provoked don't know how to handle things, especially when they are the ones who have to walk on eggshells. Now, I've seen some people come out and do some videos, like I said, was real passionate and real heated. And I didn't understand what was happening because I think I must have missed something that took place between them. But some of the other people, I've seen them antagonize and provoke her, and she tried her damnness for what it gives to, not be in that situation. And again, she waited, and that person was up there a long time provoking her and antagonizing her. And then I think she must have got back on the platform a little later because I left, because I
I've
told
seen it in reverse too, though.
yeah,
You
I see.
know,
So and again, what people do is people know your weaknesses, and when you're fighting, they go for your weak spot. That's just what it is. Even if it's a verbal spar, they will hit you where they consider it to be weak. And most likely, we know who she is. This is the way she responded. So I don't know. Oh, they said, "Why tell them now?" Go ahead, baby. Somebody else.
I agree with what Duchess is saying. You know what I'm saying? She said one has to fall into said setup for it to work. Don't fall. Don't be the easy mark. And that's what I'm advocating for.
Well, she is
Protect
the easy
yourself. If
one.
you see it coming and you know your response, move around, like
Mhm.
walk away. The reason why I think it happened though is because she can't. She can't not respond.
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
I said something
Exactly.
one time and she Oh, she jumped on the panel and was on me about it, you know, and me and her ended up exchanging words. But my thing is, I'm not gonna fight with you because I know how you fight, right? So I just let her have it because I'm like, okay, you right, you know what I'm saying? And I let her have it. She didn't want to hear what I had to say, and had she listened to what I had to say, then maybe this wouldn't have happened. Everything happened for a reason, and sometimes you just gotta stop and listen. Even if you don't agree, you could learn a lot about yourself just listening, you know, and not responding. Like responding in your spirit or in your mind and not letting it come out. You know what I mean? Know when to hold them and know when to fold them. And that's something that I haven't seen her do. It's like she is very compulsive and she acts on her impulses and her emotions, and it gets the best of her every time.
Well,
She's very emotional. You know, she reacts emotionally. And that's not going to serve her well right here and now in the season that she's in. She has to learn to fully take accountability and not excusing the behavior and saying, well, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. You're taking partial accountability. It's the same thing with telling a story. If you telling a story and you omitting half of the story, is it the truth? No. So if you're only taking partial accountability for your actions and you not seeing the error in your ways and changing your behavior, you're going to keep falling into those traps. And it's going to be easy to set you up.
Yeah. Well, you know, again, I'm going to iterate this. This is all some people have. They don't have loving people that surrounds them, girlfriends they go out with, boyfriends they go out with, family they go out. You know, a lot of people are on here because they can freely move around the way they want to on here. They could be whomever they want to be on here. And this is all they have. So it's hard to refrain from coming here. It's hard to refrain from participating because this is the only family you know. And we need to realize too, you have to look at people total character makeup and try to see, you know, from different angles sometime. You know, I'm not all pleased with what JD doing here, but like I said, you know, if she did the crime, she has to do the time. And I mean that just in the cliche, you know, whatever comes her way. I just don't like the fact that about over here in this YouTube area is just because someone doesn't like you, they do things maliciously. Even in her, if she did something to you maliciously, I don't like it at all. I'm not justifying malicious behavior. We know what goes on down here, and you do have to take accountability and responsibility as an adult for what you do. And other people do promote that shit, and they promote it because sometimes people are luring you into something that they know will eventually be a train wreck for you. And that's what they do on these, you know, down here. And we see it, we know it. But anytime you do feel threatened, you have the liberty to do what you think you need to do legally. And I will never speak against it. I will never speak against it. So the opinions of y'all are your opinions, the experiences that y'all have experienced with it. Like I said, I haven't experienced some stuff with some things I haven't experienced, but I've seen her in work. I've seen her reinform, you know, and I know she's like a pit bull. She'll lock in and won't let go. I know that for a fact. So whatever happens, it happens again. Sometimes what the devil means for bad, God turns around for good, and hopefully there will
Amen.
be lessons, huh?
No, I said amen.
And hopefully there will be some lessons learned by a lot of us out here because apparently people are going to the law because they do feel threatened or they are tired of watching this stuff goes on. And so it put us on a path sometime of being very cautious of what we do down here because it can happen to you. That's all. Right? Any last words? Monty, you want to start first? I'm gonna get ready.
Protect yourself at all costs. If you view it as a threat, I don't take threats lightly. I just had a situation where, some people might have thought I went to the extreme, but all my information was compromised, and I went extreme with it. You know what I'm saying?
On here?
So, no,
Oh,
someone stole my purse, but I
damn.
shut down everything. You know what I'm saying? Equifax, TransUnion. Like, I was on the phone for about 2-3 hours, shutting everything down, changing account numbers, changing everything. And it happened on a Sunday. So imagine, imagine what I was going through. But I was in my right mind, right, and my wherewithal to do all the things necessary to protect myself and my family, and taking inventory of what was in my purse led me to rekeying my house, led me to doing a lot, taking extra steps that I wouldn't probably normally take, say if I lost the keys, right, or something like that, but someone actually took from me, right? So that threat heightened. My threat was heightened. It wasn't a loss, a misplace, or something like that.
Right.
So you have to take your precautions, and when you are faced with danger, please take it seriously. I don't want us to dismiss it, because my fear is we're here and we're just excusing away because we like them, we understand them, we seen other people do things to them, da 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 da, and then somebody end up hurt. That's why in my spirit, I love y'all to pieces, but it's hard to watch because I'm fearful that one day I'm going to click on and see something that I don't want to see. You know what I'm saying? So protect yourself. And I think it's safe and smart and wise to move in this space accordingly. With that being said, peace, love, and melanin. Mixology out.
Love you, Mixie, baby. Go ahead.
Well, thank you for having me. That's it. I enjoyed this conversation. I learned a couple of things, and I guess we all found out some
I think
stuff.
we learned a couple of things too. It's really been a true pleasure. It's always a pleasure for you to join me. I don't think at any point, and I hope at any point you didn't feel disrespected or jumped on over here. I know you. I know you can handle yourself, and you would have said something. So I just want you to always know that.
Well, thank you. And I'm going to go on down so you can get on and do what you want to do. And I'll check you later. Bye, everybody.
Yeah, I've been here a long time. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Listen, it is what it is, right? Right. Everybody come down here, they do commentary, they feel something different. When I watch people on here, you guys, and I really watch some people, especially people who take platforms panel and go from one panel to the other panel, go to the other panel, and love to draw attention. I look a little deeper to what's really happening here. Why do these people feel a need to be on everyone's panel, get their point across, keep the focus on them? Even I was over my little friend's house watching on that spaceship, and they were having this conversation about something totally different, and the uppity lady jumps back on there, and she started talking about her again. The focus was off. Your storyline is over, but some people need that attention, that they sacrifice their real lives just to get attention on here. And that's what happens. And like I said, when I start looking at people before I start judging people, I try to really find out who they are, what character they playing, why they feel this way, why do they constantly do that, what's really missing, what's there, what's really going on. And like I said, I too make some assessments by doing that. You know, am I perfect? No. Sometimes a game could be played on me and I may not be aware of it, you know, because they say they play a lot of games down here. A lot of people go behind the scenes together, and we all are on this reality show that we don't know, that you know, we just don't know what's real and what's fake. However, when I'm assessing the character, then I'll say the character, I see some deep disturbing things that other people may not see or they don't care to see. But before I judge someone, I like to see in totality what they present and who they are. And that's why sometimes I step lightly. You know, I have respect for people because I want respect in return. Everybody don't give a damn about true respect. They say it's the B sector. Don't nobody respect you. Don't nobody care for you. Well, I'm not going to think that. I'm going to continue to be me and do me and move accordingly. What works for my channel. And like I said, I see some deep rooted shit wrong with a lot of these people down here. And it's just not for YouTube. It's really what's going on in their personal life and who they are. So, yeah, this is what I'm saying, Kimberly. No, that's what I'm getting to. See, so I see that it's really some shit going on in other people's lives. And even though it don't have anything probably to do with, you know, us or who we are, or these are just people on YouTube, it's some serious stuff going on in people's lives, and they bring it here. And so they can present it here openly the way they want to. They can act the way they want to. And this is a form of attention seeking because something is missing. And so before I jump down here and try to, you know, judge them or just go haywire on them, I try to look a little deeper sometimes so I can understand them. That's just like me meeting Jill Comfort Zone. You know, I meet Jill Comfort Zone for a drink and we start drinking. We conversing so we can meet each other and so we can learn each other, so we can develop a friendship, say for instance, right? It's the same with some of these people, even watching their characters on here. All this is not a persona, y'all. Some of this shit is for real and real people. And they have taken their real lives and put it on in this YouTube life, and it's messing with their real lives. Know when to log off. You're not weak, you're not a punk, you're not scared, you're not running. Just log off when this become overwhelming or get too deep in your spirit. That works for me. Okay. So that works for me. So I watch too, Jill, who I interact with. You know, I support people. Sometimes I never even jump down, you know, in the chats because I know the energy is a little different for me, and I know everybody there don't like me. And if I'm kind enough to speak with people and people ignore me or block me, I just go on about my way. You say you don't like me, fine. We'll just be mutual, don't like each other, and I'll go on about my way. Doing good deeds for others is doing good deeds for yourself. Absolutely. That's a fact. A job could relieve some of them of their boredom. Just saying, that's true. But some people don't have a job. This is their job. This is the only livelihood. This is what they know. And I'm very observant on some things. And that's why I said some people are, you know, let me see that I didn't read this wrong. No disrespect. You never disrespect me. In my opinion, a lot of people appear to deflect their own personal experience onto other people that have nothing to do with it, whatever their issues are. Emotional balance. That's what they do on here. And that's because they can't lash out to anyone else because they don't have anyone else in their lives. So they come on here and they lash out some at other people here. Right? So with that being said, I truly appreciate y'all. Thank you so much for joining me. You know, I come down here. What is that? I don't know. You know, I come down here on Saturdays, and yeah, I could run and hit this live and jump in it and, you know, always give commentary. That's just not who I am. That's just not what I do. You know, my father told me something as a kid, and I always remember this, and I take this to heart. And as an adult, I understood what he meant. All money ain't good money. All money ain't good money. And yeah, you come down here and you portray and you do all these things and you making a coin and you happy, you getting all this money. But again, is energy, is karma, and the seeds that you sow will only return back to you. So if somebody on here making you that mad that you think you have to do mean, vile, and vicious things to, I suggest you log off and go watch Netflix and chill. Okay? With that being said, thank you so much. I respect you. Yeah, girl, if you don't stop calling me Kimberly. Did I call you Kimberly? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Regina. I didn't I'm sorry if I called you Kimberly, baby. I know you not Kimberly. Gotta finish those goofy Christmas decorations. Yeah, we finished with the tree. It sure ain't some money. My dad used to tell me that, and I learned what that was in an adult. And I think I do good when I push back away from some of these situations and don't worry about getting clicks and views. It's just not even worth the money. I am so sorry. I know my Regina. You know what? Charge it to my head and not my heart. And another thing is, too, Kimberly, she does quite a bit of engagements down here, like you, good engagement. And I like to highlight y'all comments. So I'm sorry, Regina, but I know you. I got to declutter my cabinets. I saw you working on all those spices, too. I saw you. I saw you. So just read my book. See y'all later. You guys, let's get ready to go. Do anyone want to come up and say anything before I get ready to get out of here? Y'all know it is 3 hours and 30 minutes. Y'all know damn well I normally don't stay on that long. But I'm glad you all joined me today because I miss coming down here, having commentary. And you know what? For me, I like intimate settings too. I do. It don't always have to be 100, 200, 300 people. I mean, that's cool. That's good. It gets you clicks and views. It gets you money and everything. But, excuse me, I like intimate settings. And I told y'all starting January, I'm just trying to see how I'm going to level my tiers. Hopefully, I really need help. But hopefully I'll get some products out here, again, that you don't have to cash at me or do me the money, but it'll go through a distributor or somebody else. And I don't think it's going to be Teesprings. Hopefully I probably could get somebody else engaged. I think I can. And another thing, I'm going to do membership. And in our memberships, it'll be open to just conversations. You are welcome to get on the platform and say what you need to say, okay? So I will try to do memberships. To me, when people take memberships, and I know that you all are helping, the content creator, by giving them the memberships and monthly, it just roll over and you continue to support them that way. That's great. I appreciate that for those who have memberships. But to me, I want to offer the members something that I don't offer down here. So I think we'll get, something going here soon. Oh, here go my girl, Kimberly Black, Queen. You look like Diana Ross in there. Anybody told you that? You look like Diana Ross in that picture. Great commentary engagement. Thank you so much, Queen. Here's my other queen, Regina M. See, people, it never should be that deep. But I do understand when people cross the lines and go personal in order to hurt and silence others because of their pain. Let's all stay on the bright side. Thank you so much, Queen. Queen Diva was in here and Jamila as well. Those are my moderators. BB Nice and Redbone. I know you guys don't see Redbone, but Redbone and I stay in contact behind the scenes, and she may be up in the clouds sometime, but I have much love for that young queen when she first joined me years ago. Jill Comfort Zone, please make sure you announce your thing again because I want to get raffles, okay? And like I said, Ronnie Q has something going on. And let me tell you the kindest act that I've seen this year on here, and it's just my opinion. Ness, I happen to be in Ness's, right? And I saw a little pressure, and this is if you guys want to do something for a little pressure. I saw a little pressure commentary one time, and I thought, oh, I should Cash App. I told you I'm very leery about Cash Apping now and doing all that. So I said I was going to get a card and put money on that card and use it for Cash App only. That's not linked to my account, if I can do that or something. But Jill, Ness did a great thing, and I applaud her for this. Little Pressure is struggling. She's a content creator, and somehow she might be financially struggling. She was a little concerned that she wouldn't be able to provide for her children for this Christmas or get help with whatever she needs. Ness surprisingly had her membership people, and they, I guess, a higher tier members, to Cash App her, to surprise her with Cash Apps to help her out of her struggles. I thought that was real admirable of Ness, and I thought it was a great idea. So if you guys know Little Pressure, and or if you just feel in your heart you want to donate to someone $5 or $10, Little Pressure is Light Bright. I don't know if y'all all remember Light Bright, but Light Bright, and she seems very sweet to me, and she seems genuine. So if you feel the need that you want to bless someone, y'all go ahead over there and bless Light Bright. If you feel like you want to bless me, you all can bless me as well. I don't even know how to rig up no damn Cash App. All I know is how to put cash in there and get cash out. Okay. But with that being said, thank you. But that was real noble and real admirable of Ness. And she surprised Little Pressure. Little Pressure wasn't even in her life. She didn't even know until after the fact that people had Cash App to her. All right. So Jill says she's going to go live today, and she's going to talk about it. So make sure we look out for that and help that queen out, on what she's doing. It's always good to be a blessing to someone, because God returns that blessing to you 100-fold. And I close my live out with saying that it doesn't matter. Just be a blessing to somebody. Okay. So with that being said, I'll see you guys later. There's her link right there. That was nice of her, and she surprised her. That was really a blessing, because I saw her, say she was struggling. Goodbye. God bless, and be safe out there. And please make sure y'all hit that like button. I appreciate that very much. Okay.